Hare Krishna. So we'll do some kirtan today. So yeah, so there are some bhajans which are sung as Mangalarti, right? And there are some bhajans which are sung during different times of the day. This is one of the bhajans that is sung in all ISKCON temples except in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, it is sung near Prabhupada, our Acharya. But in all other temples, in the morning when we wake up the Lord, like if you go to ISKCON Hyderabad, ISKCON Bangalore, anywhere, this is the bhajan that is sung in the morning, right? So it is about waking up the Lord and also remembering our Guru, right? So the whole moment is about surrendering to Guru, who is a representative of God, like that. So it's a very beautiful bhajan. You all can slowly learn it. I know there are too many Sanskrit verses up there on the screen, but don't worry. As you keep chanting them, every week, you will in a couple of 2-3 weeks, you'll also know, what they mean. Actually, when you know the meaning of these verses, it's even more beautiful, right? So one other day, I will just take you through the meaning of the verses, and today, and I'll also send you I'll send this whole presentation in your mobile. You can read the meaning of the verses. It's all about glorifying Guru, right? Because of Guru, we are receiving God. So that is the whole philosophy here. Every verse ends with Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam, meaning to such Guru, I am paying my obeisances. So what kind of Guru? We already discussed in one of the topics, right? That Guru has to be a devotee. Guru has to be in Sampradaya. Guru teaches us how to do deity worship. Guru teaches us how to sing Kirtan. Guru teaches us scriptures. And Guru teaches us how to serve Radha and Krishna. Right? And Guru is a representative of God. Like here it is said, Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastra. That he is Sakshad Hari for us. He doesn't think he's God. Guru is never God. But we consider him as equal to God. When we worship, that is a standard. But never go into the philosophy that, Guru is God. No, Guru is not God. Guru is a representative of God. Guru is a servant of God, always. Then, Yasyat Prasadat Bhagavad Prasada. If I want to offer anything to God, I offer it through Guru. Right? I give it to Guru, and my Guru will give it to his Guru will give it to his Guru, and his Guru will finally give it to Radha and Krishna. Like that. We can't offer anything directly to God, only through Guru. So all these verses are about glorification of Guru, and we do that at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, in the temples. So try reciting. For some of you, it might be the first time, but you can try reciting. Sansara dava nalamida loka pranaya karanya dhana dhanatvam sansara dava nalamida loka pranaya karanya dhana dhanatvam sansara dava nalamida loka pranaya karanya dhana dhanatvam sansara bhava nalamida loka dhana dhanatvam praptasya kalyana gurunarnabhasya vande guru shri charanarvindam praptasya kalyana gurunarnabhasya vande guru shri charanarvindam praptasya kalyana gurunarnabhasya वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् कल्याण गुरुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभो कीर्तननित्यगीता वादित्रमाद्या मनसोरसेना महाप्रभो कीर्तननित्यगीता वादित्रमाद्या मनसोरसेना रोमञ्चकम्पा श्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् 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 श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारकान्मान्दिरमर्जनादो श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारकान्मान्दिरमर्जनादो श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारकान्मान्दिरमर्जनादो श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारकान्मान्दिरमर्जनादो युक्तस्य भक्तां च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् युक्तस्य भक्तां वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् युक्तस्य भक्तां च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् युक्तस्य भक्तां च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसाद स्वद्वर्णतृप्तां हरिभक्तसङ्ग चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसाद स्वद्वर्णतृप्तां हरिभक्तसङ्ग चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसाद स्वद्वर्णतृप्तां हरिभक्तसङ्ग चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसाद हरिभक्तसङ्ग कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजतै सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् 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 श्रीराधिका मादय पुरपार माधुर्य लीला गुणरूप नाम्ना श्रीराधिका मादय पुरपार माधुर्य लीला गुणरूप नाम्ना प्रतीक्षणास्व धनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् प्रतीक्षणास्व धनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयूनो प्रतिकलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया निकुञ्जयूनो प्रतिकलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया निकुञ्जयूनो प्रतिकलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्ति अपेक्षणीया निकुञ्जयूनो प्रतिकलिसिद्धै यायालिभिर्युक्ते अपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्ष्यर् अतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् तत्रातिदाक्ष्यर् अतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् तत्रातिदाक्ष्यर् अतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् अतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् साक्षाद्धरित्वेन श्यामस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भाव्यतैव शब्दी श्यामस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भाव्यतैव शब्दी साक्षाद्धरित्वेन श्यामस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भाव्यतैव शब्दी साक्षाद्धरित्वेन श्यामस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा शब्दी किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् 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 यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि 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 दायं स्तुवंस्तस्य यशस्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् दायं स्तुवंस्तस्य यशस्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् दायं स्तुवंस्तस्य यशस्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् तस्य यशस्त्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे 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 जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hari Haraya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Hari Haraya Nama, Yadavaya Nama, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana, Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohana, Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita, Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunatha, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Jaya Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha, Gopi Vallabha Radhe, Radha Gopi Vallabha Radha, Gopi Vallabha Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume, 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 Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurari, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurari, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि पतित पवन गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय 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 गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, जय श्री निताई गौरंग भगवान की जय, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंद की जय। So you sang the whole prayer in the morning. What to sing in the temple is the whole version of Mangalarti. The first 8 stanzas and then this whole. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashkalakaya Chakshuromilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanyamanoਭીષ્ટಂ સ્થાપિતં येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Please repeat after me. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रश्नाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्री गुरु दिनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचे श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु। Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, thank you for coming. Very grateful for everyone who has come, taken time today, another Sunday morning. Parth, can you come? Here. Right. So me and my son were having some discussion. There were some doubts in karma. So I said, why don't you attend the class today? He has already attended many times, me and my younger son. I think this what, how many times? Don't even remember. 5th time here? Yeah. Okay, so we are continuing this topic that we started last week. Why do good things happen to bad people or bad things happen to good people? Yeah. So I'm not going to recap too much, but just quickly going through. There are several. Yeah. So there are several topics that we're going to discuss. We did discuss last week. What is karma? Laws behind karma. Commonly asked questions. This is where we stopped. In between. So we're going to discuss types of karma, sources of karma, destiny versus karma, benefits of understanding laws of karma, right? So we'll try to finish this today, and conclusion, how to handle it finally. How are you going to deal with it, right? So we discussed about different people who questioned why bad things happen to them. Just going fast, these are all slides we can see in the previous presentation. And what is karma? Action or reaction? Both. Both. It's action, also reaction. So we discussed about it, everything that comes back to us. Newton's law is almost like karma, but little different. What is different? God's mercy is there, right? So that's a different thing. Oxford Dictionary and whole Western world is also accepting what is karma. And pretty much almost all the religions are accepting that there is existence of karma. For everything good we do, we get good. For everything bad we do, we get bad. That must we all believe, right? And laws behind karma. So there are many laws behind karma. Does nature function under the laws? Yes. So we have talked about many laws with which nature functions. You can come in the front for this. We can have more personal conversation. Yeah. So cosmic accountability, yes. For whatever good we do, we get good. We discussed all this. I'm just going very quickly on the slides, so you all recollect what we did last week. So laws behind karma, it's impartial, right? We discussed law. What are the laws? It's impartial. So no partiality. Everybody will get their, share of karma, reaction to karma. It's unstoppable. It'll chase you wherever you are. No matter what you do, you can't stop the reaction coming from you. But we can postpone it. We discussed about it. We can postpone it by some rituals. Can we fight against the laws of karma? No. We'll break our heads. If we try to do that, we can't fight. Karma deals with the tendencies. So whoever has a certain tendencies, according to that, options are given and we do that. That is how everything is planned. We'll get more depth into the tendencies thing today. Rewards and punishment, yes. Everything you do, you get a reward or you get a punishment. God punishes. It's not like we also don't punish. We discussed about it. We also punish when there is a need. And then commonly asked questions on karma. Right? This is where we were discussing last week. We already discussed some questions. So what are the questions we discussed? So why there is so much injustice? Why law of karma is not working on bad people? The answer was it will come eventually. Right? So if someone is going through a good time, he is burning what karma? Good karma. So somebody is going through bad time, what karma is he burning? Bad karma. So is it a good thing to burn bad karma or good karma? Both. In a way, it's a good thing if you are burning bad karma. Yeah. In a way, it's a good thing to bad karma because your quota is getting over. Next, good karma will come. But what is the problem with that? Good karma also will get over. Again, you'll get into problem, right? So that's what we discussed. Several examples we took, like silos, where the grains are kept on the top to take from the bottom. So necessarily what you harvest is not what you get firstly. Some people flourish permanently. Nobody flourishes permanently. At least they'll be subjected to old age and death. Right? Why reincarnation related to karma? Absolutely it's related because not every karma is burnt in the same life. No? We go to the last point. Last things that you do at least have to be paid back. We discussed on length actually all these things. For 3 hours we discussed last week. So why should we suffer the sins of past life? Right? We discussed about the bamboo. How it fructifies, how much time it takes. It takes time to fructify. Yeah, we talked about why does God not give all reactions at the same time? We can't take it. And the example of Dhritarashtra, right? How we had to do a lot of security for 50 lives to get 100 sons and then get punished for the 100 sons, the mistake that he did. Please refer back to the last recording. Okay, another question we discussed. I don't understand the relation between reaction and action. Why am I not told the sin I'm punished for? Right? I did something in past life. I don't know what I did. You're just punishing me now. Tell me what I did, right? So on this, we discussed that will we really change if we are told the past life? Right? Or will we really change if you're told what sin you did? No, we are not going to change that easily. Even though you know what you're doing is wrong or what you've done is wrong, you'll again repeat it because it's a habit. Very difficult to come out of it. Our tendencies are so strong. Examples, we took a cigarette, cigarette smoking people or alcohol smoking. Even though they know it's not good, you tell them 100 things. Even doctor tells them they'll not stop. Right? So what is the use of talking, remembering previous life? I don't know the laws of karma. Why am I being subjected to punishment? I don't even know the laws of karma. I am born in Somalia. I am born in Bhutan. There is no Bhagavad Gita there. So I should not be subjected to laws of karma. So we discussed, what did we discuss? I'll ask you the question.
We were given opportunities to understand, but still we failed. That's why we took birth in Somalia.
Exactly. Right? See, when you keep rejecting, God also sees it. Kitna reject karega hai? He goes, one person will come to Bhagavad Gita and this, say, for example, in this life, one person is coming. Prabhuji, take Bhagavad Gita. I am not interested. Nonsense it is. Right? Or somebody will come and tell, Prabhuji, come to satsang. I think, pagal ho aise. They used to enjoy. Nicely sleep in the Sunday morning. Why to go to satsang? Right? Again, one person, like, Prabhuji, I'll take you with you. I'll take you with me. No, I'm not interested. Get lost. Then Krishna also will think, maybe this person is not interested. Why to unnecessarily disturb him? Let him take birth in a place where there is no Bhagavad Gita. 2 lives, nicely enjoy. Take birth in Somalia, Uganda, somewhere. Nobody will come and disturb you. Simple, na? But does it mean that laws of karma are not applicable on you? They are still applicable on you. You will be subjected to punishment. You are supposed to know the law of the country. You cannot tell that, somebody didn't teach me. For example, when you entered this community, right? You can't just climb any building you want to go. They'll ask you in the security, sir, where are you going? Block 1, 501. If you go towards block 4, immediately they'll stop you. Sir, you told block 1. Where are you going block 4? Right? It is like that. Every country, every place has its laws for the protection of that place. Right? You have to know them. If you don't know them, you will pay the price. I can't drive on the left in America. I have to drive on the right. Right? There you can't go and tell Mera Bharat Mahan, my yahi pe drive karunga. Drive into the jail directly. So you have to know the law. You cannot say that I can ignore the law. And just because you don't know the law, don't think that you're not given opportunity. Every single person, every human being who has taken birth will be given the opportunity to know what is dharma. If he rejects, it's his choice. Nobody can force anybody to learn about God's laws. See, normally people don't like the moment you say laws, rules, people don't like it. But actually, these are laws of freedom. These laws will keep us in good situation, like getting up early in the morning. It's a good law. It's a good for our health also. Right? Sleeping early in the night. It's good for our health also. But still, because of a tendency like me, I still struggle. I can't sleep so early. Right? But it's these are laws of God, which is laws of nature, which is good for us. Right? Like drinking alcohol. Is it good? Really think about it. Is it really good? Is the love that we show after drinking alcohol real love? Tell me. No, no, friend don't understand. Is that real love? Bolo? Huh? It's not real love. That's alcohol's love. Isn't it? See, in our family, sometimes when we have this drink parties, both of them many people will come, they'll sit like this calmly until the drink comes. After the drink comes, soda gir gaya, ekdam se, first peg ke baad, "Arey, kidhar, where do you stay?" They start talking to each other. After third peg, they keep hand on each other. After fourth peg, they hug each other. After fifth peg, then I'll give my life for you. Like that they'll speak. Next day morning, they'll ask, who are they sitting with? Like that. So it is not your love. It is alcohol's love. Right? People who come to you while drinking are also alcohol friends. You stop alcohol, they'll disappear. You told me your friend. What friend? There is no alcohol. I'll not come. Like that, So all these are habitual friends. They're not real friends. So what God's laws will do is it will actually bring real friends into your life. Real friend means who? Even if I don't serve alcohol, even if I don't give you anything, you'll still come to help me. Is it a good friend or no? Huh? You're not dependent on money. Did I ask anybody what caste you come from in this satsang? Did I ask anybody how much you earn? Huh? Which company you work? Sometimes I ask, because if there is somebody else, devotee, I can connect you there. That's the only thing I ask. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? When you go in a society, what is the first thing they ask? In some place, किधर काम कर रहा है? कितना कमा रहा? तेरा property, तेरा own है या rent है? You never asked me, right? There is no need. The satsang means that these all things are external. This also is not needed, right? Satsang means we are discussing about God and God's rules, God's laws, which will only protect us. Right? It should only protect us. So do laws of karma, I don't know laws of karma. Why am I subjected to punishment? Well, you are, because you excused them in the previous lives. We discussed all of these points last week. Yes, levels of access, uh, general jail, second degree jail, third degree jail, we discussed about it. How much freedom we have according to the way we utilize the laws, right? If you don't adhere to any God's laws, you completely become like, I live the life I want to live. You'll take birth in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, where if you don't do puja, they'll slap you. You know that, right? That's another extreme, where you can't even drive your vehicle when there is namaz going on. You know that? If you go to Jeddah, especially the closer you go to Makkah, the more intense they try to implement. Even you, whether you are a Muslim or not, you have to follow the rules. The only thing is you don't have to do namaz, but you have to stand in a corner. Right? In office also they implement that. I worked in Kuwait for some time. When the namaz starts, they'll say, stop your computer. Khatam, computer name, mobile name. Everything you have to keep like that. I have to go and stand in a room. Like this I have to stand. Right? After it gets over, I have to come back. During Ramadan, even we are not supposed to eat. So that is forceful religion. In a way, it's good. All of them, they maintain the whole kingdom. They are loyal followers of whatever scripture is. In a way, it's good. Sometimes I feel we should do it in India also. बिठा लोगों को बिठा के सिखाओ बोल के, because सीखने को कोई तैयार ही नहीं है, right? Actually, I have seen Middle East. I'm not like praising them, but giving them the idea what it does. I've seen people never shouting at each other. They'll never see, even if cars will bump each other, top they bump, there are accident. यहाँ पे तो एकदम full family they'll start abusing as soon as the cars bump, isn't it? But there I've seen, that this fellow will get a Allah Akbar. Sab khair, is everything okay? Okay. They'll call the police. Oh, shout, they're not even shouting at each other. They're like that. They're very, they're made like that. And they can't speak anything against the king. If you speak against the Saudi king, if you speak against any of the kingdom's king, you are done. Finish. There is no court. There is no human rights. You are directly into the jail, and whenever they have a good mood, they'll release you. The mood can be after 20 years, after 10 years, after 20 days also. Right? So that is forceful way of implementing things. Right? So sometimes you get that reaction also. But too much rejection kiya, just Saudi mein paida ho gaya.
UPC has started banning meat selling in the country.
Yeah.
All over UP.
All over UP. See, UP is almost, it's a good thing. Slowly it's trying to put the right things at the right place. Right? At least recently we were having some festival discussion in the community. I was telling them, on a festival day you should not sell non-veg. You can't have a stall. Ganesh is this side chicken kurma. Not right. Right? Do you want to do on some other day you do, but not on festival days. There is a meaning. You should not have somebody singing the Dam Maro Dam song on before Ganesh ji as a performance. Right? That's nonsense, right? When there is God's festival, there should be ambiguous atmosphere in front of God. But you won't believe, for that also people are rejecting. That is India's situation today. You are restricting my freedom. Actually, it is not that fellow's fault. It is that his parents' fault. Who should have given you fun. दे दिए तो अच्छा बनता था बच्चा. उसको छोड़ दिया अभी हमको दिमाग खराब करवा दिया है कि नहीं? So these are elements in society. Anyway, different topic. So another question that we wanted to discuss now: does God like punishing us? What about His mercy? Does God enjoy punishing us? Does God feel like that? Huh? Does God like punishing us? No? Then why is He punishing us? What about His mercy? We're all getting punished, no? How many have seen ICU? Intensive care unit? Horrible, right? Horrible. 4 pipes from your mouth, from your nose. That is punishment only. You can't move your hands, legs, nothing, isn't it? Or so many diseases. Is God not punishing us? What about His mercy? Daya kidhar hai? Right? So that question comes. So God's mercy is higher than His punishment. God incarnates and sends His devotees to explain laws of karma and process of bhakti, even to people who reject God. That is God's mercy. See, you are getting reaction of your karma. What is God got to do with it? It is not nothing. God always told, Krishna always told, don't do this, Bhaiya, it's not good for you. You rejected it. You want to do what you want to do. And then when pain comes, then you say, Bhagwan tum kidhar ho? Arey, Bhagwan tum kidhar ho? Bhagwan hai. Tu sun raha hai kya Bhagwan ka? Okay, God will come. Okay, I'll relieve you from this thing. Will you follow principles of Bhagavad Gita? No. Then suffer. It's you who are asking for suffering. God is not giving you suffering. See, often we have the discussion. My father is going through some difficult times. Me and my mother, we keep discussing. See, she sometimes says, oh God, why are you doing this to my husband? I tell her, no, God is not doing to your husband. Whatever is getting is his own reaction. What God is doing is He made you a devotee. And He made us a devotee. So we can do bhajan in front of Him. We can give Him some relief. Or we are getting information. Why is it happening to us? Is it not a good thing to know? Why is it happening to us? That will give you solace. For example, in your appraisal, you got, low performance. You're crying. Oh, what is this? Low performance. Then your boss will come and show you. Arey, Trara, what is this code? Instead of taking data, it gave data. Huh? What is this report? Instead of getting information, you got misinformation. What is this? What is this? What is this? Sir, enough, sir. I understood. Okay, some better. Betke kaam kar. This is what knowledge from scriptures does. It stops us from complaining. It tells you why it is happening to you. You have to understand why is it happening to you. Then you learn, okay. I must have done something wrong. Some nonsense I did. That is the reason I'm getting all this. You all following? Yeah, that's very important. So God's mercy comes in the form of help, in the form of devotees, in the form of information. Sometimes even explanation is not needed. When you are in going through difficult times, God comes as your friend. He comes and sits beside you. He doesn't even have to tell you anything. You just hold Him and cry. So God is that friend. He comes and supports you in your difficult times. That is how the God's mercy comes, right? And He also sends His messengers. He sends His messengers. In Christianity, Jesus was sent. In our Sanatana, many acharyas were sent. Many, right? So God is partial in giving. Is God partial in giving the knowledge? Yes, sometimes He's partial. We just discussed about it. Meaning what? If you interest nahi to nahi denge. If you don't have interest, I will not force you. I will not force you to learn. But I will give you avenues to learn. Different ways God gives knowledge. For some people learn by hearing. Some people learn by experiencing, by seeing. Some people learn by experiencing. Some people will not learn, even though they have heard, they have seen, they have experienced, this will they not learn. So what will God do to them? So, yeah. So according to the good karma, we take birth in such families. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that whatever journey, spiritual journey we have started, we will take birth accordingly. See, Professor Mother will tell you how lucky you all are without your knowledge. You're all in the Krishna conscious journey in the last 6 or 8 weeks, 10 weeks that we are going through together. I can tell you, guarantee you one thing. With this much knowledge itself, next life you are getting human birth. There is no discussion on that. Krishna is promising that. I'm not telling that. Krishna is promising. Even though you have learned a little bit about me and these laws that are given in Bhagavad Gita, you will get a human birth. All the other people outside, they might be doing vratam, this, that, puja. At the most, they'll go to heavenly planets. They'll get some good, comfortable thing. They'll come back again. People who are doing bad things outside, they'll go to animal kingdom. They'll again come back. They'll burn their karma. But we people who are practicing bhakti, or at least endeavoring to practice bhakti, or we have practiced and then we have fallen down, somewhere we could not continue due to our lack of determination, whatever. We have nothing to lose. Huh? What is the gain that we have? Krishna is telling all the people who hear the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, who try to practice devotional life, even for some time, will take birth in a very, very good devotees family. They will 100% take, because they can continue the journey. Krishna wants us to continue the journey. You understand? These are verses in Bhagavad Gita. I can show you the verses. Very clear. Arjuna's question is, what happens to an unsuccessful transcendentalist? He asked. People who are starting the journey, but they are not successful in completing it. What happens to them? Then Krishna speaks. Hey Arjuna, they have nothing to lose. Neha Vikramanasoste Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Swalpam means kya? Swalpam? Thoda. Swalpam. Thoda. Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya. Understand a little bit of dharma, even little bit. Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Meaning they are delivered from the greatest fear. What is the greatest fear? Death. People don't know what will happen after that. So they are delivered from the greatest fear also. And Krishna continues there and says, we'll also take birth in devotee families. So it's not a coincidence where you are taking birth. Exactly according to the tendency of your parents, the consciousness of your parents, you have come here. Right? And Krishna also says, either you will take birth in a devotee's family or you will take birth in a very rich family. Very rich family. Stinkingly rich family will take birth. Does it make you happy? Why not? Roti, kapda, makan is taken care. Finish. Now sit and read Bhagavad Gita. That is the goal of giving a rich family. Krishna doesn't want you to enjoy a rich family. Krishna gives you birth in a rich family so that basic necessities of life are taken care. Right? Basic necessities are taken care and now you can focus on devotion. But there is a problem. What is the problem? Not all rich people want to come towards devotion because obviously there's so much opulences, they get diverted towards sense gratification. But people taking birth in rich families are not ordinary people. Let me tell you. They have done several pious credits in last life. That is the reason they are given birth like that. Tendencies are also sometimes, good for those people. They will also come towards bhakti. They will come towards bhakti, provided they are shown. But if they are not controlling their senses, then go exactly in a reverse direction. Right? So the first most conducive Krishna says is you take birth in a devotee's family or you take birth in a rich family. But human birth is 100%. Human birth is 100%. Right? So you all understood it now? Yeah. So everyone at least once in life gets this opportunity. Scripture and pure devotees come into our lives. Everywhere they come into our lives. Right? Yeah, I told you the example of Asif Mustafa. I don't know if you remember. One person was to run against the train in France. Right? I told you that, right? So this person is to run against the train. That was his fun. Kick. Right? When the train is coming, bullet-like train, he'll run against that. And what is his goal? He wants to see the eyes of the driver. Then only he'll feel nice. Right? It's a true incident. That fellow is to run like that. And one day his friends told, we'll not come. One day you'll die. We don't want to see you die. Right? So then what happened? Then one day his friends didn't come. He was running and suddenly he twisted his feet when he was running. He could not even jump out of the train. The train came so fast. The air of the train was so much that it blew him off. And he fell far off and broke his hands, legs, everything. There he saw a small book thrown there, Ishopanishad. He read that and became Krishna conscious devotee. Right? And then now his name is Airavat Prabhu. His initial name is Airavat Prabhu. And he gives lectures in the temple now. Just imagine how life can change. Huh? So that is Krishna's mercy. So is Krishna partial in giving knowledge? In a way, yes, in a way, no. He wants to give it to everybody. But if you reject it, then Krishna also will not disturb you. Yeah. So you can go a little to the right. Yeah, I can't see people behind. Okay. Yeah. Why do calamities kill in thousands? Now, what about this? Prabhu, laws of karma is up. A tsunami will come, it will kill 20,000 people. Where is law of karma working here? We discussed about this also. What is the answer for this? Is law of karma there or no? Earthquake happened. For example, Gachibowli mein earthquake ho gaya. We all died. Khatam. Ekdam se 1 lakh people died. Is this death as per law of karma or it's a calamity death? Law of karma. We all came to Gachibowli to die on that day. Simple. Prabhuji is from Agra. He came to Gachibowli and died on that day. Right? You are from some other town. You are from some other town. Right? I am from some. But we all were made to come at one place. Everything is happening as per law of karma. Understand one thing. There is nothing called untimely death. And there is nothing called, what do you say that? fluke or something by chance. There's nothing by chance. Everything is happening as per the sanction of God. Everything. Right? So people think like that. Maybe this is not as per sanction. No. Even the most horrible deaths that have happened with sanction of God. Sanction of God doesn't mean that he likes it, but he has to sanction it. He has to sanction because until God sanctions, nothing moves. Even the soul will not move, leave the body. See, Krishna, we are sitting inside. Now, this is my body. This is not me. I am actually sitting somewhere here. Krishna is sitting somewhere here. Then one day, Krishna will say, okay, I'm going to leave now because you're not using this body for the right purpose. He'll leave. And as soon as he leaves, I have to leave. He sanctions our death. Right? We also discussed about the triggering point of death. Last session on death, we discussed. What is the triggering point of death? Completion of our karma. Birth itself is a triggering point, but we have completed the karma in that body, so we have to leave. As simple as that. So if somebody has lived, young age mein mar gaya, uska karma khatam ho gaya, mar gaya. Simple. Don't have to be confused. Somebody is dying old, somebody is dying young. It only means in this body, that much karma was planned. He was supposed to go through certain experience and burn certain karma, so he was given that body. Right? Say somebody had very little karma left, or a certain special karma was there that he had to burn. So they'll take birth, and just after 9 months, they'll die. In the womb only, they'll die. Simple. In the womb only, they'll die. But if you kill a baby in the womb, then you get karma. What about the mother whose baby died in the womb? If she was responsible for the baby to die, she'll get karma. There's no discussion on that. You understood? You can't do this whole concept of abortion, letting the baby go inside. This is sin actually. You are stopping the journey of a soul. Right? You are voluntarily stopping. So you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. There are some extraordinary circumstances that is different. Extraordinary circumstances that is different. Where there is a challenge to mother's life or the child life and you had to do some medical procedure. It's a different thing. But knowingly, for your happiness, when you kill a baby it creates karma. Right? Simple thing. When you stop somebody's journey, it creates karma for you. Right? Anybody's journey, even an ant going on the floor, it is going through its journey. You go and stop it there, you kill it, you get karma for that. So karma is a very, very intriguing thing. So we talked about. See, there are also some people who did not die, even though the most horrible incident happened. Like in Gujarat, when the earthquake happened, one fellow came out after 11 days. It's like crazy. They thought, okay, pura ho gaya, colony ko, we removed all the, all the ruckus. And finally we came out after 11 days, saying, I'm still alive. How are you alive? Once one big building got burnt to ashes. One mother and a child were absolutely untouched. It is impossible that they're untouched. So that means even the thousands are being killed doesn't mean that it's a random act. Right? It's a very, very planned act. Some people still are alive even in that. Right? So which means it is not like by fluke people are dying. Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 31st chapter, 1st sloka, Krishna says, Karmana Daiva Netrena. Everything happens through Daiva Netrena. Unless he sanctions, nothing happens. Be very clear on that. So we were supposed to end our satsang last week there. And now is the topic of today. What is today's topic? Destiny, free will, and karma. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Manthan. People are dying? Younger age. Okay. If they commit suicide, it's even that will give them even more bad karma. Huh? Yes, it is sin. They should not do that. No. More karma is added. See, first of all, understand this body that we have got, it is given to burn some karma. Whole planning is already done. You'll get this kind of wife, you'll get this kind of husband, you'll get this kind of son, you'll get this kind of neighbor, you'll live in this kind of society. Everything is planned. You'll get this kind of job. Everything is planned. Now your suffering is also planned in that. This fellow will come and give you pain, right? This fellow will give you happiness. All this is planned. Suddenly you decide that you want to commit suicide. Huh? Suicide is not planned. It's your decision. I can't tolerate this person. This person is humiliating me a lot, so I will commit suicide. Right? Now, suicide means what? You are supposed to go through some suffering, Baba. Go through it, na? Just accept it. Yes, I am supposed to. What does suffering do? It will purify you. It will increase your tolerance. It will increase your forgiveness. It will actually make you a noble person when you're going through it. Going through it. But see, it's not like you have to voluntarily accept torture. It's not like that. You can also leave that place. You can get rid of that situation. Scriptures don't say everything that happens just baith ke, ek gaal diya to dusra gaal diya. Gandhi ji ka gaal. No. Not like that. It is never like that. But at the same time, you have to accept that whatever is happening is planned, is coming to me. You should never get out of it. Suicide is never an answer. Suicide means you are rejecting the plan of God. Actually, atheistic people commit suicide. No God-conscious person commits suicide, no matter what happens. No matter what happens, a person who is God-conscious never commits suicide. If he's committing suicide, means he doesn't believe in God. If he believes in God, yes, Krishna, he will take care. Rake Krishna, mare koi, mare Krishna. If he commits suicide, then what will happen? He stopped that cycle there. Then he will get a body after some time. Until, see, he was supposed to live for 50 years. He committed suicide at 25 years. The remaining 25 years, he will not have a body, but he'll have to be here. You'll have to go through the pain of not having a body, the pain of not able to fulfill the desires, which is what we call as ghost. Ghostly souls, looking for possessing other people, struggling. They are very struggling situation. They're not at all happy. Better to have a body and go through some happiness like that. That is why in our law, in our Vedic law, suicide is a punishment. If somebody, earlier it was in Indian penal code also. And now the whole khichdi has started, they start, no, it's all, the penal code law is becoming a mess now. Even capital punishment is there in the Vedas. King used to give capital punishment, meaning kill this fellow. Why? Because by giving capital punishment, whatever he did will not go to the next life. In this life only his account settle. So king would make sure that this fellow is not taking it to next life. Let him finish in this life itself. So if you have gone and killed somebody, you will be hanged, so that the reaction of that is done in this life only. Like that it was. Law was very much centric to God's laws. Now the penal law is somewhere, God's laws are somewhere. But God's laws are not gone. They will still apply. Up there, they'll still apply. So suicide is definitely not a right task. You should never ever do suicide. Whatever you go through. First of all, we should remember the 5th session that we discussed. I am the soul, not this body. I am eternal. Kya ja raha hai mera yahan pe? What am I losing in this life? Tell me. What did I come with? What am I going with? Nothing. If somebody insults me, what is he insulting? He's insulting my body. Whatever I did in my body. That's okay. I lost everything. Sab kuch chala gaya. Jane do. I'll start somewhere. Right? I'll take a nice break. I'll go to Vrindavan, eat in every temple for 1 week. Then I'll start my life again. Oh, I got insulted. I don't know what to do. That's okay. You can start your life again. Right? Actually, of course, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, for a respectable person, disrespect is worse than death, he says. Person who is respected, if he is disrespected, that is worse than death. That is always there. Yeah. But then that doesn't mean that you commit suicide. So I'll tell you in my family, just give you an example how people can be. There is one very rich family in my cousins, one of my cousins' husband. So rich that, we can't even imagine. I'm talking like bungalows and cars and ask for it. Now people who have these flats are nothing in front of them. So the father was so rich, he had 3 sons. And father was not retiring. He wants to do new business. Even at the age of 65, he wants to do new business. So one son is nicely settled in US. One son is nicely settled here. Third son is settling down. he went and asked his sons at the age of 65, give me some money. I want to do new business. This business, current business was being taken care by children only. So he went and asked them, give me some money. I'll start new business. So the elder son told, Papa, what is the big deal? Just relax. Abhi ho gaya. Enjoy karo. Abhi pota poti hai, enjoy karo. No. Then he went to his second son. He asked, give me some money. Some money you transfer to this bank account, I'll invest. He also told, Papa, why are you thinking all these things? Again, new business, you have to work hard. Or you tell your younger son, he will do the business for you. You guide him. You don't have to go and slog. You know what he did? He went and committed suicide. Can you imagine? He committed suicide for what? Because his sons told, don't do business, just relax at home. See the ego that he had. He could not handle the ego that his sons are telling, no need to work now. So will he pay the price for that? He will pay the price for that. In God's eyes, he was given a body to nicely live a life, whatever good karma you had to burn in that body. That also he messed up. Now, until yesterday, he'll wander around like a ghost. Then after that, he'll get a body. If his children are doing Pinda Pradhan, he'll surely get a body. Right? And then next life, next body, and karma cycle continues. So suicide is never ever a right thing to do. Did I answer? You're not looking convinced. Yeah, ask. Chappan. జాతకంలో ఆత్మహత్య ఎప్పుడు ఉండదు. ఆత్మహత్య జాతకంలో లేదు. గండాలు ఉంటాయి. గండాలు అంటారు. దేర్ ఆర్ సమ్ మన జాతకం చూసినప్పుడు ఈ టైంలో ఈ ఏజ్ లో గండాలు ఉన్నాయండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ someone told me I have a gandam at 32 age. I have a gandam at 50 something age. This gandal means very what do you call that? A time which is not good for you, where you might lose something very precious. Your health, your body, something like that. Gandal untai. But suicide is never there. Who told? Ask him to talk to me. I'll ask him, show me the Shastra where it is written that you'll commit suicide. Suicide itself means the voluntary task of cutting your life. So voluntary. For example, I'm nicely peacefully sitting here. If a voluntary want to die, I'll go to the balcony and jump. That is not written in any patrika. It's not written. It's my voluntary act. It will be written that during this time his mind will not be stable. That can be written. He will go through some psychological problems. That is written in the astrological charts. But it doesn't say that he'll commit suicide during that. No, never. Suicide is a voluntary. It's a direct task that you only do. With full awareness, you'll do. I'll tell you, a lot of people, they try to commit suicide and then they want to reverse it. They can't reverse it. One fellow, he came to the hospital in Vijayawada. My friend was telling. My friend took his father to the hospital. Emergency, was sitting there. And why? I also saw recently. My father, I took him to Care Hospital here in Banjaras, for number 1. We were in the emergency room, and one fellow came. He directly came and he was speaking something, and they immediately made him sleep on the bed. And then, he was telling the phone numbers to call, all that. So I asked that nurse, what is going on? Said that fellow, took like 40 tablets or something, wanted to commit suicide. Now he's worried that he'll die. So he's giving number of his brother somewhere, his mother somewhere, Some people do that, They some kind of feeling, they go and commit that act, then they want to reverse it. They can't. So actually, the doctors were like, 40 pills he took. Some pills, very dangerous pills actually. Should not take more than 1 or 2. Took like 40 pills. Now, how the body is going to react, they don't know. So then they were planning, he has to be given something to drink, to vomit, some loose motion. Patani, I was there for some time. I just prayed to Krishna, whatever, I don't know. So people do that also. They commit that act. Some people even die. Doctors can't do everything. Sometimes the reaction will come. So suicide is a act of voluntary thing. More we can discuss in Prashara. Yeah. Who is asking? Yes, Prabhuji.
Eat food, eat water, and then with the
Huh.
is that also same dharma as the time?
No, no. So thing is that it's a good question. So some people in the old age, na, when they go to a certain age, they understand that they are going to leave the body now. It's a psychologically they know my body is going down. So what they do is they stop eating. They stop drinking. They stop eating things which are hard to digest. They only start taking some juices or very less food. They'll try to decrease their bodily necessities, and slowly they'll die. That is not suicide. That is like you are working according to the body's needs. Actually, even Srila Prabhupada, Acharya of our society, when the final moment came, for almost a week or two, he did not eat anything. He said, it's poison for me. He told when his disciples were like giving him food, please take Prabhupada, please. Because you can't see him hungry, na? So he was telling, no, don't give me that poison. That is poison for me. What you're going to give me is going to make me digest it. I can't digest it now. Just give me something very less digestible. So that's not like suicide. That's more like you're planning your body. It's going to die. You are going to leave. It may take 1 month, it may take 6 months also. But you don't want to further burden your body with too much digestion. See, old people after 80 and all, they should not eat paneer butter masala. Simple. They should not eat gulab jamun. Because that will make them even older sooner. Because your body is taxed to digest it. And you're already saman pura ho gaya andar. Right? So, it's like making an old person run on a marathon. He can't run like that. Who is speaking? Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't want that things to take advantage of. Is that also same?
Necessarily not. Suicide is a different thing, probably. Suicide is for personal happiness and comfort. You try to, it's more of an ego thing, right? There are many situations, I'm not Yamadharmaraj to tell what exactly happened to her, but I can tell you that the act of stopping your karma is not the right thing. Going through it is a better thing. But somebody who was being abused and was going to be abused and she voluntarily did, I don't know, I can't answer that. Very intricate. I'll ask my guru, that's a good question. I'll ask my Shiksha Guru, what happens in that case? Yeah, thank you, Guru. We'll go a little forward. Types of karma. So how many types of karma are there, Haribo? Are there types of karma also? Yes, there are types of karma. So karma performed as per scriptural injunctions called good karma. Karma. Actually, the word karma itself means, sorry. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, the word karma itself means good karma. Karma word doesn't mean bad karma. You say your karma means it's good karma. Good karma means as per the scriptures. Whatever is there, how we should live, how we should not live, etc. Vikarma, viruddha rupena karma is called vikarma. Vikarma means what? Actions contrary to the scriptural injunctions. Shastra mein aisa likha hai, I'll do exactly opposite to that. I'll not care for that. That will have reactions. See, if somebody is doing vikarma, we don't have to say he's a bad person. He is choosing to do vikarma. He wants to get karma and he doesn't care about it. Right? So people who do good karma, people who do bad karma. It's part of their choices. Right? So 4 pillars of dharma, we discussed about it. What is it? Satyam, Daya, Sauchyam, Tapasya. Right? Truth, being truthful, no gambling, no cheating anybody. Daya, no meat eating, no killing anybody. Right? Sauchyam, no illicit sex, no bad relationships outside the marriage. Keeping your heart and consciousness clean. Tapasya, taking some austerity or not taking intoxication, meaning you become a servant to it. Right? If I go to a party, there are no drinks, I will not go. Means what? You already become a servant of drinks. If there is no cigarette, I will not come. You have become a servant of cigarette. If there is no tea, I can't get up in the morning. You have become a servant of tea. If there is no coffee, life is waste. You become a servant of coffee. Tapasya means what? You are only a servant of God. There is no other servant you are. That is tapasya. A human being should be able to do tapasya, meaning I should not be a servant of anything except God. Like that. So these are 4 pillars of dharma. This is mentioned in the scripture. When you go outside the 4 pillars of dharma, then you are doing vikarma. Then you are doing karma which will give you reaction. You will get reaction. Whether you like it or not, you will get reaction. Right? So this includes, no meeting includes, fish, meat, whatever. Intoxication, alcohol, drugs, tobacco, pan masala, tea, coffee. Because you will become servant of it. Gambling, horse racing, stock market speculation, casino, lotteries, quick buck business. Basically, you might say, Prabhuji, like I have a very close god brother. He is part of stock exchange brokerage. So now he went to his guru and asked, Prabhuji, Maharaj, can I work in stock exchange? Can I do daily shares? That's not gambling as in gambling. You can do that. But that should not be filled in your consciousness all the time. Subha utte, going to stock exchange. So as a stock exchange. That means you are in a gambling mood. But trying to make a living out of it and staying detached is okay. You following? Yeah. Try to avoid games where money is involved. Why? Because you'll get wrong tendencies out of it. You want to make more money out of no effort. Then you get some reaction to it. Actually, people should be very, very considerate when thinking about from where they are getting the money. But that is difficult to implement in Kali Yuga. Now you don't know. You're going to a job, you're getting a salary. The source of that money you don't know. But actually, even that sends you karma. It's a very intricate thing. And some people talk about vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. Vegetarian is equal to vegetarian. No. See, a simple thing. I had this discussion many times in the office also. Why egg? It does not even hatch, like that they say. See, when the hen was giving the egg, what was the hen thinking? I'll give him omelette. What was the hen thinking? बच्चा पैदा कर रही थी वो, है कि नहीं? Hen was giving a baby so it can have a baby. That was its thought process, right? Now, if you kill that, it is equal to killing its child. You get karma out of it. Some people say, but Prabhuji, there are these new eggs which don't hatch. Now they are being produced in factory. There are factory converted eggs, but egg is still being given by hen only. No machine is giving egg right now. We have not gone to the technology, and never the technology will come. Now they have increased the number of reproduction of eggs by giving hormones and all that, which is why you get so many types of cancers now, because of all those things that are induced inside, right? So that egg also that's coming out, it may not hatch into a chick, but still when the hen was giving that egg, it was thinking it is my child, right? So karma will come. Egg is not a vegetarian or anything. Egg is a pakka non-vegetarian. There is no discussion on that. Yeah. So good karma takes you to upper lokas. Bad karma takes you to lower lokas. Right? So what do you do? Where do you want to go? ऊपर जाना है, नीचे जाना है? किधर जाना है? हरिबोल? ऊपर जाना है? ठीक है, ऊपर जाओगे, फिर वापस आओगे. Huh? When your balance is over, you worked very hard, your boss gave you a nice reward. What is the retention bonus? 2 lakh rupees. You take that 2 lakh and go to Goa. वहां जाके बीच पे बैठो, पूरा स्वाइप मारो, one this, one that, drink nicely, you'll have, and then what will happen? One day what will happen? You're swiping, one day, sir, your transaction is rejected. Huh? How come it is rejected? Then you will understand that your balance in your card got over. फिर क्या करना पड़ेगा? फिर आना पड़ेगा गच्चीबोली आके, then you have to work like a dog, then you'll get some credit, some money, then you go again, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to go to a place where there is no credit card? No need to pay only, right? And nicely Krishna will sit with you. He will order for you. Krishna will tell, "Chalo, aaj kya khana hai? Paneer butter masala?" Right? Yes, Krishna, I'll have with you. Right? So that is better, or you want to earn it yourself and finish it and then come back? Huh? So good karma and bad karma, actually both of them are a problem. Good karma is even more problem than bad karma. Because good karma means when you go to heavenly planets, like we are in Bhurloka, 7th planet. Here there is gum also, there is kushi also. Kabhi kushi, kabhi gum. Taranam pam pam. Ye pura yahan pe chalta hai. Okay? So it's a very good situation to practice spiritual life. Meaning, you're happy one day, tomorrow morning your husband abused you, you'll immediately, Prabhuji, kya hai, satsang, I'm going. Right? Some motivation with that to go to satsang. Right? Or to understand why is it happening to me. But when you go to Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, some things are not there. Like, old age is not there, by the way. Swargaloka, there is no old age. When you go even further, Maharloka and all, there is no disease also. Just imagine, you are always young. There is nothing going on. Your body is young. There is no disease. It's a good situation, right? But problem is suddenly you'll die. Suddenly you'll die. It's not, see, here at least I'm getting gray hair. Acha, maut aane wala hai. So let me try to do something different. There is no indication only there. You're nicely living. Hey, such a nice, he died. Like that. No, suddenly, there is no. So that is even more scary situation, isn't it? So people up there are even more scared. Satyaloka is where Lord Brahma stays. Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma lives for how many years? Oh, Prabhuji, Lord Brahma lives. He doesn't live forever. No, Baba. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuna Loko Punaravartino Arjuna. Arjuna, वो ब्रह्मा से लेके यहाँ पाताल तक सभी लोगों को वापस आना है जाना है. Right? So Brahma is a position. So you are a person. You can also become a Brahma. Brahma is a position like stores manager, right? Plant manager is a position. Brahma is a position. Who is going to be the next Brahma? Huh? Hanumanji. Hanumanji is going to go. It's already, job is already taken for him. So next, who is going to be the next Vyasa? Vyasa is a position, by the way. Vyasa is not a person. Who is the next Vyasa? Ashwadhama. Of this age is going to take Vyasa's position next. Right? Who is going to be the next Indra? Point is, there are positions and you can take it. But what is the problem? Temporal. Even though you live for a long time, Brahma lives for 311 trillion years and 40 billion years. Jada hai, kam hai? But for Brahma it is less only. For Brahma it is 100 years only. When Brahma Loka to here, it is the difference. So for example, 311 trillion years here 311 trillion years is equal to 100 years here. Time dimension changes. It's so scientifically proven. When this was explained to Britishers, they were like, hey, you people are sentimental fools. Now, when the space rocket goes out, they are clearly seeing the time dimension is changing the moment you are going out from Earth. People are becoming more older here and less older there in the direction that you are living into space. You know that? If you go to Mars and come back after some time, you will see that your friends have become grandparents. You are still just few years different. Time dimension is different as you go. So it's already there in the Vedas. When you leave the planet, it's not the same time. We are speaking science here, right? What is that movie? There is an English movie also that was made. Huh? Interstellar or something. Huh? Yeah, you see that movie. They actually speak science, just not a movie. Right? Anyway. Yes, George.
So the reference to these lokas and the exact nature of people, beings living in these lokas, is it written in Bhagavad Gita or in the Bhagavad?
Bhagavatam explains some places about these lokas. It explains about these lokas, but more can be in some other scriptures. Detail about these lokas. No? Full detail will not be there because for that you have to go to that loka.
But when the meaning is written, there are, so for example, there are Nagas living under us, and their nature is different. So if I'm reading this somewhere, it must be from some Shastra, right?
So, yeah. You see, in Bhagavad, there is explanation about Bali Maharaj going to the Patal Loka, right? And how there is some references given.
Okay.
More references about this planet and some reference about Satyaloka is also there. Tapoloka is also there. So you'll know a little bit what is happening there. But not everything.
Second is one. I forgot the exact literal translation of the Yuga name. When it says Dwapara, there is a meaning.
No, I don't know. No, I'm not. Satya Loka, Dwapar Loka, Treta Loka, Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, like that. Sorry. Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kali Yuga. But actually, the sequence changes. In the age when Lord Ram appears, when Krishna is coming, in that yuga, the sequence changes. The Treta comes first, Dwapara comes next. Ahalya, because of Ahalya's incident. Because of Ahalya's incident, Ramji says, okay, whenever, she gets a benediction that whenever Lord Ram comes, you will be relieved from your tapasya. Then because of that, the Treta goes upper, Dwapar comes down because it has to be relieved sooner. Yeah, and the day of Brahma in which Krishna comes, that particular cycle, the sequence changes. So Krishna, no, I might be telling, okay, let me go back a little. So how many yugas are there? Kali Yuga, sorry, let's start from the beginning. Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga, 4 yugas. This whole thing together is called Yuga cycle, right? And together, 1,000 yuga cycles make 1 day of Brahma. 1,000 such yuga cycles make 1 day of Brahma. So how many times Kali Yuga comes in a day of Brahma? 1,000 times. 1,000 times Satya Yuga comes, 1,000 times Treta Yuga comes, 1,000 times Dwapar Yuga comes, 1,000 times Kali Yuga comes. So Krishna appears only once in a day of Brahma. Meaning he doesn't come in every yuga cycle. Every Dwapar Yuga, Krishna doesn't take birth at the end, before Kali Yuga. Only in 1 day of Brahma, he takes, once in a day of Brahma, he takes birth. He appears, right? The remaining all time, you will not even hear the word Krishna. It's almost gone. That is the reason Acharyas say that we people right now in this yuga are very fortunate. Krishna appeared just 5,000 years ago. In 311 trillion years, or rather, 1 day of Brahma is 4.3 billion years. 4.3 billion years, what is our chance to be 5,000 years closer to Krishna? Just imagine. Very, very less. We are very fortunate actually. Yeah, in this Kali Yuga cycle. And the Kali Yuga in which Krishna will appear will be Ghora Kali Yuga. Meaning it is like the peak of Kali Yugas among all other Kali Yugas. Most nonsense will happen in this Kali Yuga cycle. We can already see it's so rampant, it's going like anything. Right? People are becoming completely averse to any good advice also.
Of those 1,000 Kali Yugas that will happen in 1 day of Brahma, Krishna will take
Appearing
once.
Only once.
Okay, out of those 1,000.
Actually, it is told, as per astrological calculations, right now Brahma just had his lunch and he is kind of taking rest. Just after lunch. And at that time, Krishna appears. In this day of Brahma. In this day of Brahma, so cycles are happening. No? In a single day, how many times Kali Yugas are coming? 1,000 times. So this Kali Yuga, when Krishna appeared, Krishna just, Brahma just finished his lunch. They say that is the calculation. There is a whole calculation behind it. If you go back and see why this calculation happens, why we do what we do. Even Jupiter, the Jupiter has a great impact on that's another planetary system, Devata runs. So what impact it has on Earth? We do the Kumbh Mela, right? 14 years. Once in 14 years, you do the Kumbh Mela because 14 years is the time Jupiter takes to revolve. So because of that revolution, exactly according to that, the date is fixed. So it's extraordinary technology. Without any telescope, without anything, the Saptarishis could simply, understand this day has come. And when you do certain things on a certain day, it is very, very good for the planet. To save the planet for impact of those other planets, they do certain rituals, certain activities. Not to avoid, but to... So it's a big science. I'm not an expert in that, by the way. I only am interested and curious, but I keep hearing a little bit here and there. But it's a big science. How you palmistry, astrology, it's a big science. Not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do it. But people who do it, through Siddhi, through proper lineage, they don't take money, by the way. They don't take money. It's a free thing. Knowledge, 3 things were never sold. What is it? Knowledge, medicine, food. Never sold. In Vedic times, never these 3 things are sold. In Kali Yuga, what are the 3 things that are sold? Knowledge, medicine, food. The moment you sell these 3 things, the whole world will become polluted. We can see that now. All diseases are coming because food is being sold. Right? Anyway, let's go further. What is the way out? So you do good karma, you go up, you come back. You do bad karma, you go down, you come back. Baar kaise nikloge? What is that karma which will not give a reaction? Good reaction or bad reaction? What is that karma? So one is karma, which is good karma. Viruddha rupena karma, vikarma. Vikarma means going down, against the principles. So there's something called akarma. Can you all say akarma? Akarma. Bhakti alone is akarma. Meaning, you do it, you'll not get any reaction out of it. In fact, it will relieve you from the reaction of the past karma. Akarma. For example, right now you're attending satsang. Is it a good karma or bad karma? It's akarma. Don't think, Prabhuji, I attended satsang, I'll go to Swarg. No, I'm sorry. This is akarma. This is Krishna is in control here. It will remove your bad karma also with that knowledge, right? As per God's order. So bhakti is performed as per God's order, right? So bhakti is performed with satisfaction of Supreme Lord. Samsiddhir Haritoshana. We are doing satsang for what? Why am I conducting satsang in this house? For pleasure of those two. You see, they're laughing. Can you see them? Yeah, whenever you all come, they laugh. So I want them to laugh all the time. That is the reason they're smiling, they're happy. Krishna is happy today. Because his knowledge is being spoken. Right? So I'm doing satsang for their pleasure. Not for my pleasure. Nadanam, Najanam, Nasundarim, Kavitam. I don't want any following. The genuine guru doesn't want any following. The genuine guru doesn't want any crowd, or a YouTube channel or something with popularity, money. Nah, nothing to do with these things. He can use it for that purpose, nothing wrong. He can use it, but that's not the goal. You understand what I'm saying? Goal is to please Krishna. Goal is to please Krishna. And that whole act becomes a karma. For example, you're going to office to earn money for your family. Right? Now, when you take a Bhagavad Gita to office, keep a Bhagavad Gita on your desk. Every day morning before starting the work, just open the Bhagavad Gita, read one shloka, one translation. How much time it takes? 5 minutes. Then keep it there and then start your work. And tell to Krishna, Krishna, please give me some realizations during the day. Right? And then one of your friends comes and says, hey, what is that? It's a Bhagavad Gita. Can you give me? Yeah, take it. You can lend it. You want a new one? I will bring new one also. Next day, you go and give new one to a friend. He is also going and reading. You are doing his work, he is doing his work. Your entire act of going to office becomes a karma. The moment you bring Krishna into your life, everything becomes, there is no reaction to that. There is no reaction to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So bhakti is so powerful. Here Krishna is telling in 4th canto, 31st chapter, this is not Bhagavad Gita, this is Bhagavatam. There are 12 cantos, I'll discuss about that. Okay? So here, I'll read the translation. Please focus. Here Krishna is saying, as pouring water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach and enlivens the senses and limbs of the body, similarly, worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfies the demigods who are parts of the Supreme Personality. If you want to make your hands happy, will you feed a sandwich here like this? Huh? You want to make your legs happy? Will you put dosha here? You put dosha like this. Huh? What will you do? Tell me. How can you make your body happy? Make your stomach happy. Simple. Again, that's what exactly Shloka Krishna is telling. Make your stomach happy, all the limbs of your body will be happy. Water the roots of a tree, automatically all the branches, all the leaves, everything will be happy. Worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, Narayan, Krishna, all devatas will be happy. Ye vrat karna, wo vrat karna, ye karna, kuch janjat nahi. Just please Krishna. Sarvam Krishnanaparamastu. Khatam. Everything, everybody is happy. But what is our political business? No, I'll do Lakshmi Puja, no Narayan Puja. Right? I'll do Hanuman Puja, no Ram Puja. We are doing politics. They are not doing politics. They are very peaceful. They know what to do to each other. Right? But we are creating all that unnecessary thing. So here it's saying that just worship the Supreme Lord, everybody is happy. So you're not doing any bad karma by not worshipping somebody. Does it mean I should be disrespectful to other devatas? No. No. It should become more respectful because now you know that they are devotees. Should you do Surya Namaskar in the morning? No, I'm already chanting Hare Krishna. Why should I do Surya Namaskar? No. You chant Hare Krishna, you're telling Krishna that you are a devotee, but you're also paying pranam to a great devotee of Krishna. Surya is a great devotee of Krishna. What is the name of Surya? Vivaswan. Can anyone tell? Vivaswan? Vivaswan is the devata who is right now occupying the position of Surya. In fourth chapter, Krishna says, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. Right? I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, who is the sun god. Understood? Like that. So every age that changes. Now in this shloka, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Shri Krishna is telling, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, Sarvopadi Vinamuktam Tat Pravatnena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. He's saying bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of Lord. Please repeat after me this last part. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. What does it mean? What is Bhakti? Bhakti means not getting Ambika Agarbatti and burning the house. No, that is not Bhakti. Or getting 20,000 Naril and either pour the under. That is also not Bhakti. Bhakti means what? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. Krishna is saying. What does it mean? I am employing my senses to serve the senses of God. That is Bhakti. Right? Like what? What senses we have? Tell me your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, right? Now I can employ these senses in service of God. How? How can I employ your eyes? By seeing God. Every day go in front of Krishna. Like today morning I woke up Krishna. I was like, बहुत handsome lag raha hai Krishna. Krishna is looking very handsome today. Hare Krishna. Right? Then I was keeping the garland around him. It was falling down. Again and again I was trying. While I was trying, he was looking at me like this. I was looking. So it's like darshan. You actually remember Krishna. You look at Krishna. Even in your house, if you have Krishna picture, spend some time there. Look at him. Talk to him. He'll talk to you. Right? You spend. That is using your eyes in service of Krishna. Smelling. Smelling what? Tulsi leaves. Smelling the flowers. After we do Aarti, we get the flowers. Have you seen that? We give flowers everybody to smell. Whatever is offered to God, we have to smell that. Right? When somebody in the temple, you get some flower, don't throw them like that. Take it with you. Take it to your home. Keep it in your place. And when it's getting rotting, then you put it in the sand. Put it in some garden. It will become manure. Right? Like everything is bhakti. Smelling something nice. Right? What about your tongue? Eat prasadam. Right? Nice prasadam. The Matajis have sponsored today's prasadam. Please have that prasadam. Right? They are getting spiritual benefit. You're all getting spiritual benefit. Isn't it? So you can employ your tongue. Bhakti is so simple. Na? Just by eating, you become a bhakta. Again, just by eating prasadam, you are becoming a devotee. Just by smelling flowers, you are becoming a devotee. Just by hearing. Every Sunday morning, you are coming and hearing. What is that? That is bhakti. That is uttama bhakti actually. If you are able to lend your ears regularly and hear Krishna Katha, you become the best devotee. Shravanam, Smaranam, like first 9 process of bhakti. First is Shravanam, hearing. Smaranam, remembering. Pada Sevanam, serving the lotus feet. Like that, the 9 process of bhakti are there. So Shravanam. So you can engage your senses in service of Krishna, that is bhakti. Can you all remember that? Yeah? Okay. So Karma Yoga is based on bhakti or pleasing God, whereas karma is based on pleasing the senses. So when you do karma for yourself, you're only pleasing your senses. But when you're doing karma yoga or you're doing bhakti, then it pleases the Lord's senses. Right? And that is a karma. All these activities become a karma. You get married, right? You want to have children. You want to have devotee children. So then what do you do? How can you have devotee children? Tell me. I want a devotee to come as my child. I want a soul which is devotional to come into my life. How can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that? Yes or no? Yes, there is sanskar called Garbhadhana sanskar. It is there in the Vedas. You want a devotee to appear in your life, then you do Garbhadhana sanskar. Garbhadhana sanskar means what? You have to chant holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like that, both husband and wife should chant 64 rounds. 64, it will take 8 hours. After that, get into the act of procreation. The soul that will come is Pakka devotee will come. Pakka devotee. As he grows, you can see His fellow is automatically getting attracted to satsang, is getting automatically attracted to devotion, right? Whereas, you are drinking, you don't know you are sleeping with, half of England is born on Saturday nights. They don't know who is whose father, right? So what kind of people will come in that? Only demoniac souls will come. People who want to engage their senses, sense gratifiers, those people will come in your room. You understand? Actually, you can time. See, you know the episode of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? What is their parents' name? Diti and Kashyap Muni. Kashyap Muni told Diti, he was nicely doing tapasya. He told Diti, there is a right time to procreate, there is a wrong time to procreate. He told, this muhurta is not right. Diti told, no. I am attracted. I am in the right conscious now to procreate. Let's do it now. Kashyap Muni told, no, it's not right. But she forced him. Then he said, okay, whatever is, see the difference between devotee. Kashyap Muni is a devotee. He said, okay, Krishna, I think you want something to happen. You want something to happen. Okay, so let me be part of your Leela. So he procreated. As soon as he procreated, the tejas, the intelligence of those munis was so high. As soon as he procreated, he knew that these two souls have entered my wife's womb. Immediately he told, you have invited great demons who are going to create havoc on this planet. They both have appeared. And I named them Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The two of them, one is attracted to gold, one is attracted to women. Right? These two people have taken birth. He told immediately. So when there is a muhurta, actually, in movies they make fun of it now. Suhag Raat ko kaise dikhate? Pura phool laga ke, right? Wo milk ka glass leke andar aati heroine. They show all that, right? But actually, it's not funny. These things were timed. There used to be muhurta. Just because you're married doesn't mean that you procreate whenever you want. It was all planned. The Pandit will come and tell, this is the right time for them. And before that, they have to do this whole vrata. And then they have to get into the act. And the whole family is celebrating that day. That yes, a great soul is going to come into our family now. Right? That is how it was. But how is it shown? Pervertedly it is shown now in the movies. Completely, it's like a lusty act. Don't want to discuss that now. But that is what it is now. The entire meaning is changed. But that is not the way it was. Even that act was akarma. Even the act of associating husband and wife was akarma. Because there was God in it. You understanding? What is akarma? Akarma means to serve God. All activities to serve God are akarma. All activities to serve yourself are karma. All activities to serve yourself in a bad way are vikarma. According to that, you get your reactions. Now, you are all clear on akarma, vikarma, karma? Yes, Rohit.
In the interest of time, I'll ask the question at the end.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get probably at the end of it.
No, you can ask the question.
So I didn't grasp the exact distinction between karma and akarma. Okay.
Karma means I am following the rules and regulations to maintain my life peacefully in this planet. I don't want to go to God. I just want to live here nicely. Sattvagun. Right? Meaning, I will do my vrata, I will do my sandhya, I will do my this, I will do my that. But intention is not to serve God. Intention is I want peace in this life. Right? So that is as per scriptures people live. But the problem is they keep coming back again and again and again. But people who practice bhakti, they never come back again. They want to go out of the cycle of birth and death. People who do karma, good karma, as per scriptures, they keep coming back again and again. See, the scriptures are in the Veda, the 4 Vedas, right? Yajurveda, Samaveda, Rigveda. What is the fourth one? Atharvaveda. 80% of Vedas, it's explained is only karma kand. Meaning, I will do this, I'll get that. I'll do this, I'll get this. I'll do this, I'll get that. I did that, I should do this. I did that, I should do this. Like that. Karma kand. I'll worship Parvati to get a good husband. Right? I'll worship, what is that? Ashwini Kumaras to get good health. I'll worship this to get this. I'll worship Ganesh to remove obstacles. From what? Obstacles from what? For my sense enjoyment. I'm not asking obstacles in bhakti. Actually, we should go to Ganesh to ask him to remove obstacles in bhakti. Meaning, Ganesh, make me sincere to satsang. Make me sincere in my devotional life. Give me more faith so I can practice devotional life. But we go and ask whatever we want to ask for our enjoyment. So, but still you are going to right places. That is called karma. Right? Where you are trying to enjoy within these planets. I want to go one life to Borloka, again Saparloka, Swargaloka, then Yajurloka, Tapaloka. And again, I like rotating here like this. Actually, without even my awareness, I'm rotating. But people are practicing bhakti. What they do, they say, okay, Krishna, I don't want to rotate anymore. Actually, I want to come back to you. That is akarma. Then you start performing akarma.
These two Sanskrit words are right, but what is the Sanskrit word which is used to refer to bad activity?
Vikarma.
Okay, that is karma, vikarma, karma.
Karma, vikarma, karma. Yeah. Actually, in some texts, some of the Sanskrit words are a little different also. Yeah, but understand that fundamentally there are three. Now, sources of karma. Now, everybody please pay attention. This is very important. Where do you get karma from? Okay, tell me. Before I show. Where do you get karma from? Anybody? Thoughts? Very dangerous. Baapre. One good thing I'll tell you, one discount. In Kali Yuga, thoughts don't create karma. In Satya Yuga, thoughts also create karma. Your actions create karma. What else creates karma? Anybody?
Your speech.
Speech creates karma. How many of you know that? Your speech creates karma. You speak in a way that people get agitated, that creates karma. You abuse somebody, that creates karma. Yes. Anybody, anything else? Sensitive topic. Think. Okay, let's go. Our speech creates karma. Any hard cost to anyone through our speech creates karma. You speak in a very abusive way, very insulting way, very painful. You cause a lot of pain to others by speaking like that. That creates karma. So you should be very careful in that. Right? Next. Use speech for spreading messages of God. Don't use to humiliate. Yeah. Our behavior. Did you know that? Our behavior also creates karma. What kind of behavior, Prabhuji? Can you someone tell? What kind of behavior? What does behavior mean? What does it mean, says behavior is bad? What does it mean by that? You don't like it, or if you don't like, is it behavior is bad? How do you determine somebody's behavior is bad? Huh? Very nice point. Your action should not impact others in a negative way. Then that behavior is right. How many agree with this? Simple, no? Is the definition okay? Simple definition. What is behavior? Your actions should not impact others in a negative way. Okay, that is behavior. So if you do such behavior, you get karma. Let's take some examples. Behave as per Vaishnava etiquettes. Behave which agitates others' consciousness badly has grave consequences. Now I'm going to tell you something. Right? This might be a little sensitive, but it's okay to take this example because people should know. Now, it's a male or a female, doesn't matter, male or a female. One girl is wearing very revealing clothes, or one boy is wearing very revealing clothes. Right? Is it a bad behavior or good behavior? Why? I am wearing my clothes. I like to wear whatever I want to wear. Mera zindagi, mera body. Right? Why should it impact?
Stimulates somebody.
Huh?
It stimulates somebody.
He should control his senses.
You are also
Huh? You are?
You are also responsible.
No, I'm not responsible. This is what people are discussing today. Isn't it? If you go on internet, in YouTube and all, they are actually telling, I will wear whatever I want to wear. You should teach your children not to, or you should teach your husband not to, you should teach yourself or your brother not to see in a bad way, or, something like that. Are you not hearing this? I mean, are you hearing this or no? My body, my marzi. My body, my marzi. I have a beautiful body. I want to show it. What is your problem? You don't want to see, don't see. Why are you getting agitated? You speak like that. Right? The simple thing, President Mataji, is there's something called fire and ice. Sorry, fire and butter. You don't have to experiment. What happens when butter comes in front of fire? What happens? It melts. Simple. Male and female. There is no discussion about it. Why do you think you're all sitting like this here and there? There is a reason. It is better like that. Satsang, we are coming for a reason. It's better like that. No provision Mataji have to discuss anything separately. When Prabhuji is there, you should discuss. Mataji is not there, no discussing. We maintain that thing because we know there is no reason to experiment butter and fire. So argue करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You will eventually see the consequence. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. People will say, I'm not like that, I'm very, very controlled, man. Vishwamitra also thought like that. You know Vishwamitra, right? What did Vishwamitra do? He did tapasya. What kind of tapasya? How many of you can sit in between the fire? You can sit? Anybody? Stove is there. You can sit? No. Vishwamitra could sit in between the fire. He had so much control in his senses. He wanted to prove that I'm so controlled on his senses. He would sit in between iceberg, like broken ice. He would sit in between them and do tapasya for thousands of years. 70,000-80,000 years he did tapasya to get the powers, siddhis, ashta siddhis they say, right? 8 siddhis. He got that siddhis so that he can defeat who? Vasishta. For the cow dispute, it's a big story, right? But he did all that to get that thing. And finally, what happened? He was doing all that austerities, and he was sitting in the jungle, and he was doing the tapasya. Then one sound came. Chumka gira re, Bareli ke bazaar mein, chumka gira re. Khatam. Opened his eyes. Menaka. Menaka. Khatam. Bacha paida ho gaya. Right? Even he could not control. What are we talking about here? Right? There is no discussion on these topics. Our Puranas have given so many examples. Greatest of the rishis could not control. Greatest of the tapasvis could not control. There was one rishi. His name is, what is his name? Vrindavan. Shomika Rishi. No, not Shomika Rishi. Saubari Rishi. Saubari Rishi, he was doing tapasya. He said, I am not going to get distracted by anybody. I'll do tapasya under the water. I'll stay under the water only. I'll do tapasya. He had a siddhi. He could stay inside the water and do tapasya. 50,000 years he did tapasya under the water. But he did one mistake. He had a tussle with Garuda. And he cursed Garuda that you can't come to this lake. If you come to this lake, then you'll suffer, something like that. So Garuda is a Vaishnava. So because he did offense to the Vaishnava, he had to fall down. So 50,000 years he did tapasya. You go to Vrindavan, you'll know that lake also. You know it is there. He was doing tapasya there in Yamuna. Then two fishes they came, one male fish or female fish. Do you have an aquarium? Anybody has an aquarium? Okay. You know how one fish is going, it will keep going and touching like this in the bottom. Right? They do. That is how they procreate. Just imagine a rishi who could control so many things was just looking, he opened his eyes. For one moment he opened his eyes. Immediately Krishna sent two fishes. He looked at the two fishes. Arey, very nice. Arey, the male fish, arey, female fish. Khatam. I should also have fish. I should also have, that kind of act. He came out of that water. He came out of that thing. His body became like a fish only. 50,000 years he was inside the water. What do you think his body will become? All skin was like upside down. And so he went to a local king there. Big king was there. And he told, if you have a daughter, I'll marry. The king looked at him and said, you're looking like a fish. What will give his daughter to you? Then he said, see, I am a tapasvi. Don't worry, I'll change my form. So with his siddhi, he just chanted a mantra. He became so beautiful. He became like amazing. Like a devata. Glowing skin and handsome body, everything. Then he told the king, now I am ready to marry your daughter. The king told, see, I don't tell my daughters whom to marry. In Vedic culture, no father tells whom to marry. My daughters have to choose. So you go and present yourself in front of my daughters. So he went to that mahal where all his daughters are there. So he saw, as soon as he entered, his first daughter saw him. Oh, what a handsome prince. I want to marry this person. Immediately, other daughters also told, we also want to marry this person. So king had 50 daughters. 50 daughters he married. Because all of them wanted to marry him. Right? And from each daughter, he had 100 sons. So 15 to 100, 5,000. Right? Then in the morning, he got up. One wife is shouting, hey, get this for my son, is not well. You're not doing, what kind of father are you? Go outside, get this, nonsense, you're not working properly. You're not coming to home on time. When will you take care of it? He holded his head. What did I do? Then he remembered, all this happened because of 2 stupid fishes. Then he understood. Krishna, I understood. I did offense. He immediately went into the water. He started doing tapasya, but this time he was doing tapasya with bhakti. He was not doing for siddhi. He was doing for bhakti. He understood, God, I can't fiddle with you. You are greater than anything. Your Maya Shakti is greater than everything. Right? Like that. So, when you wear revealing clothes, simple thing, what happens? You agitate others. Somebody is sitting in another balcony will get agitated. Arey, how nice, how beautiful she is looking, or he is looking. Then what will this fellow think? My wife also should be like that. He'll immediately think. When desire will come. My wife also should be like that. The wife, what will the wife do? Nonsense. You are seeing any nonsense, you are asking me to be like that. Right? And wife will reject that. Then what this fellow will do? He'll get angry on that wife. Then what will happen? He'll leave that wife. Right? He'll leave. Eventually, divorces will happen because they are not satisfied. Because they want to satisfy all these things. Right? And ultimately, what will happen? They'll start having extramarital affairs. This fellow will go and try to get in touch with her. Right? Extramarital affairs, one person is enjoying, one person is suffering. Eventually, one lady will, they'll have all kinds of bad karmic acts they'll do. Looking at each other's partners. And the person who got divorced, this very girl, will sit down. She'll also get divorced because, her husband also got attracted to somebody else. Then she's sitting and thinking, why are bad things happening to good people? She's thinking, why did I get divorced? Why my husband did like that? Why my wife did like that? They'll think. But how much do they know that they also were a source to it? Simple. And the karma can come in this life or next life. Don't ask for it. When we do something wrong, it is going to come to us. Haribol, there is no way out. What were the laws of karma? Unstoppable, impartial. It will come. So when you behave in a certain way, which is agitating to others, immediately get reaction. And that is the reason in Vedic culture, both men and women would maintain the distance. And what do we call each other? Mataji, Prabhuji. Doesn't mean that everybody is looking like Mataji, but at least I'm trying. When I look at a woman, I call her Mataji. Even a 5-year-old girl, we call her Mataji. Male as Prabhu. By saying that, you are telling a direct indication that, Mataji, happy. Prabhuji, happy. Don't want to agitate each other. Right? In fact, in devotional circles, we say, because karma is there. Why do you want to get stuck again? Right? You want to get married to a nice, cultured lady or a gent. Nice to be happy in married life. Or what is suffer in married life, suffer. But don't go and do, window shopping. If you do window shopping, then you have to pay the price. As simple as that. And they will pay the price. There is no doubt they'll pay the price. Eventually. Right? Our behavior, our every act is counted. If a spiritually inclined and by mistake, now this is even more danger. If somebody is practicing spiritual life and you go and agitate that person, you are getting horrible karma. For example, when sadhus come, right? Brahmacharis. How many came to Festival of Inspiration here? Yeah, you saw brahmacharis, right? They were wearing saffron cloth. They already taken a decision that in this life, they'll dedicate their life to Krishna. They'll not get married. You go and act in such a way that, you tempt them to attraction to opposite sex. That's a very big, horrible act. Why? See, because that person is very focused on going back to Krishna. What did you do? You added 2-3 more lives to him. Right? Again, you have to take 2-3 janmas to come. You're basically hampering the progress of a devotee. Very dangerous. That's why even in our satsangs, when sadhus come, I tell all the satsang people, even if you're husband and wife, don't stand very close. Don't go to a sadhu and say, Prabhuji, thank you for coming like this with your wife. Don't do that nonsense. Maintain the distance, right? Sadhu should not feel agitated. You understanding? Very important. That's why when sadhus come, there is a behavior in the house. Actually, we don't know in Kali Yuga how to take care of sadhus also. Right? We should ask the sadhu, what do you want to eat? You don't make gulab jamun, rasgulla and give it. My favorite sweet eat. No, sadhus are very restrictive. They don't eat things which will increase the fire in their body. They try to maintain as less food as possible. Right? So it's every dealing creates karma. And when you're dealing with sadhus, the danger is even high. Of course, there are many fake sadhus also outside. You can't do anything. Those people come to do that only. Do nonsense in the house, right? But we should know that there are genuine sadhus also. Genuine sadhus. We should be very, very careful in that. Yeah. It is never about us, it never was. Meaning you can't say that, Meri Marzi, accept me the way I am. Karma will also accept you the way you are. As simple as that, right? You have to change. You can't say I am like this, whole society has to accept. No. Society will not accept your nonsense. You'll have to pay the price. If you don't teach your children at the right age, like, one Mataji was telling, my daughter is not listening, she's in college now, she's wearing short clothes. I asked her, Mataji, what clothes did you wear her when she was young? Right? When even a young child, daughter or son, whatever, if you are wearing clothes till here, till up the knees, when she's a small girl, she's growing like that. One day she'll wear here only. You can't go and tell, now you're grown up, you should not wear like that. That's nonsense. That's why in Vedic culture, a child is covered from the beginning. Respectfully from the beginning itself. In Vedic culture, when you knock the house door, immediately the door is open. Because you are wearing something meaningful. In today's day and time, somebody knocks the door, batter 2 minutes. Go and do something, to become presentable. Isn't it? All these things are part of karma. Why are people suffering so much? Why are there so many divorces? Do you know how many divorces are happening? I can't imagine. In the last 2 years, I have heard personally of more than 20 divorces. And close associates. Not even like far off associates. Close associates. And educated doctors. 2 doctors are getting married, they're getting divorced. Right? It is increasing. Why? Why is it increasing? Because karma's reaction is coming. Whatever reaction is coming, it's coming. It will come. Our actions. First one is what? Our speech. Second is our behavior. Third is actions. Any action which causes harm to others, spiritually or materially, will bring karma. Our mind. Our thoughts lead to actions eventually. But luckily in Kali Yuga, don't worry. Our thoughts will not create karma. But does it mean I'll think all bad? No. Because one day, whatever you're thinking, you'll do also. So better to control your acts, right? I told that, Kali Yuga, it doesn't matter. But what other, Prabhuji, itna sources ho gaya, kuch aur bhi hai? Any other source of karma? Our speech, our thoughts, our behavior, our actions, what else? Kuch aur bhi hai? Bahut kuch hai. There are many, many more sources of karma. Our dependence. If your dependence do karma, that you will also get a share of that. If your son is an idiot, you'll get some percentage of his activities to you. Because you are supposed to make him a better person. Are you understanding? Parents cannot tell, mere bacche ka karma. Nahi, tere bacche ka karma, tere paas bhi aayega. Very simple. Yes.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
So one question probably, in Kali Yuga, there is a discount on that. So if I'm thinking about good also, there is no use.
Thinking good is okay, provided you put it into action also. Actually, thinking good also, you get good karma. Yeah, it is there. Yeah, you're right. If you, even by thinking, you get the benefit. It is told by the sadhus in Kali Yuga.
Then thinking bad also.
Thinking bad doesn't. That is a discount. Kali Yuga, they know. Kali Yuga, they know.
Second question, probably sometimes it is not our intention, but others will get hurt or humiliated. Something like that could happen. Some road accident. We go on the road, we met with an accident. Somebody is injured, the opposite person will get injured. In that cases, probably.
See, it all depends on your intention also. The intention is not to hurt somebody, still somebody got hurt. You'll not get a karma of that. Don't worry. It's not that unreasonable. Somebody there is very reasonable also. Yeah. But you should know what you have done also is right or wrong. Maybe you think that it is right. Maybe you think that it is right. Maybe actually it is wrong. Right? I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, but I'm driving slowly. Still somebody came in the front, I hit him. Then I'm telling, can't you see and walk on the road? So you are driving on the wrong. No, I'm driving slowly. According to you, are driving slowly, but you are on the wrong side of the road. Right? So everything, there is something called reasonability, which is calculated elsewhere. But we should know our heart will actually tell you what, when you do something wrong, your heart will tell it's wrong. How many of your heart has spoken to you? Some voice from inside saying, Mat kar. Again, that is Paramatma. That is Krishna's only. Krishna's voice it is. If you can listen, that is Krishna's voice. He's telling you, don't do this. Even, people who like to do some things bad, when they're doing it, even though they justify that what they're doing is right, but they actually know that is not right. Deep within, Paramatma speaks to us. We can't lie to Paramatma. Right? Always remember that. Yeah. Karma is created by Vastu also. Vastu also creates karma. Meaning, staying in a house which is not as per Vastu creates some karma. That will come on to us. So we should make sure the Vastu is correct. Vastu means kya? What is Vastu? Primarily, good sunlight, good air, because air should circulate properly. It should not be no air, it should not be too much air. Right? It should be circulate properly. And by the way, there is no Vastu when the house is not on the ground. So forget about apartments. There is no meaning to Vastu when the house is not on the ground. First, the house should be on the ground. Then let's talk about Vastu. Okay. So half tension gone. We are all living in non-Vastus only. Yeah. Vikarma performed by others in the family. What is this, Prabhuji? Mera bacha ki alag baat hai. Others in the family also? Yes. If you are in a family where a lot of people are doing sin, you'll also get a portion of them. You will have to make sure that your family is stopping it, or you quit that family itself. You completely come out of it. You don't have a choice. Right? Vikarma created by the same locality. Prabhuji, this is too much, Prabhuji. I'm not going to take this nonsense. What is this, Prabhuji? Pura locality, huh? If you're living in a locality where cows are being killed, if you're living in a locality where, Prabhuji, Prashadam, huh? Malyosara? Okay, yeah, please. So Vikarma performed by others in the locality also create karma. Like for example, you go and live in, okay, now I'm going to tell something very uncomfortable. Maximum number of cows are slaughtered in one country called America. You go and earn dollars there. With the dollars, you buy a flat here. Some karma will come. Don't worry. That money is coming out of very, very wrong source. It carries. I'll tell you one of the reasons why people used to do charity. I'm not telling it's a good reason. Just to immediately, whatever they earn, 10%, they'll give to the temple. Because they want to remove the karma out of that money. They just want to, Krishna, I don't know where it came from. Just take some portion. Just relieve it from karma. So I'm not saying it's a recommended process, but some people do that also. Right? So, charity is a good thing. It relieves you in some certain way, but even locality creates karma. For that matter, it is explained the king of the state gets 50% of the karma of all his citizens. You know that? 50% of the karma of all the citizens in the state he will get. How many here want to become king? Ready? Karma, when karma comes, I'm telling you, it's very painful, very painful. When you get it, you'll know it. When the disease comes in the family, somebody is suffering, or you are suffering, everything you've done is going wrong. People have put legal cases on you. Right? You can't get proper sleep. That is karma. Karma doesn't come like some pain, it comes like a legal case also. Income tax raid, CBI raid. this rate, that rate, it's all karma only. It comes like that. It completely removes your happiness, keeps you in anxiety, right? So how many want to take 50% of karma of this colony? Then you can become a king, right? And that is the reason why in the past, kings like Cholas and the great kings, they used to construct a lot of temples. They used to conduct so many temples, right? Why? Because the more the temples, the more the education, spiritual education, and the more the spiritual education, the less the sin. And the moment anybody would sin, the law and order was very strict. No court cases for 30-40 years. Immediately, then and there, punishment. If it is capital punishment, capital punishment. If it is rigorous punishment, whatever it is, consult the Brahmanas. And Brahmanas also have to be ministers have to be very careful. Because if they give a wrong judgment to the king, they will also get karma. Accountability. Vedic Sanatan Dharma means accountability for everything that you used to do. You following? Accountability. Today, who is accountable? Nobody. The judge is accountable. Lawyer is accountable. Criminal is accountable. Nobody is accountable today. But up there, everything is being accounted. Huh? Don't worry. Everything is being accounted up there. The country you reside also creates karma. And perform by leaders of your country. What to speak of you? If your leader is a corrupt fellow, you'll also get part of that karma. Reverse. Huh? There are innumerable sources of karma, and there are innumerable effects of karma. So, बाहर कैसे निकलोगे? बताओ. Huh? With karma, there is no other choice. You want to come out of the cycle of karma. Can you remove 100% balance of your karma? Can you go to that point? You can't. It's impossible. You are stuck in the cycle of karma. You do good karma, you have to come back. You do bad karma, you have to come back. Good karma problem, bad karma problem. How will you come out of this cycle? There is no point doing pujas, homas, yagyas to come out of it. There is no point. I'm not saying don't do puja. I'm saying for coming out of karma, don't do. There is no point. Because how much can you remove? How much can you let go? The cycle of getting released from karma is unending. Astrological charts and powerful stones and fingers will only postpone your karma. They will not remove the karma. Right? आज किसी को मेरे को छापड़ मारना है. I'll wear a stone. Tomorrow he'll come and slap me. That's all. Stone will only work for today. समझे? Everybody. Yeah, source of karma. Now, how do you understand how to handle karma? Okay. Concept of karma is not for mapping reaction to action. Instead, it is for performing correct actions for future. After learning all this, it's not about Prabhuji, abhi kya hoga? Jo hoga, wo to hoga hi hoga. Abhi, from now on, what you want to do can change your life. Now on, now you know what to do, right? Now you know what not to do. Be careful on those lines. Stop blaming God for events occurring in your life. Don't blame God. It's not God's doing. It's our own doing. Whatever we did without knowledge or with knowledge is coming back to us. Look at this fellow. Like this picture. He's kicking that fellow. Upar kya ho raha hai? Right? He's also getting hit from the top. Right? So thank God for providing an opportunity to understand material world and its laws. If you're learning Bhagavad Gita, be grateful. Krishna, thank you very much. If you're reading Bhagavad Puran, thank you very much, Krishna. Now I know what is happening in my life. Thank God. Sympathize with others. If somebody is going through a bad time, don't go and tera karma ho raha hai. No, that's not a point. She immediately feels sympathy. That, oh, how can I help that person? I think I should give him some knowledge through which he can understand why it is happening in his life. Right? You should be considerate. You should be compassionate to others. Everyone knows about karma, but they need a conducive platform to fix it. Our understanding nature to others is that platform. Right? Everybody knows. If somebody is suffering, he also knows I must have done something. But when you go to him, just give him your shoulder. Give him your hug. And tell that Prabhu, I am with you. That's more relieving. That is your role after coming to spiritual sessions. Now, do devotees also undergo karma? Huh? Then why to become devotee? I say marna. Why chanting? Why this? Why that? Tell me.
Because Krishna will give us that power, the
But why devotees are undergoing? I already told Krishna, Krishna, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Abhi band karo mera. Still you are giving me karma. You know, my son has a problem, my father has a problem, my wife has a problem. What is this? Then why should I chant? Why should I perform satsangs? Why should I go through all this pain? Anyway, he is also dying, I am also dying. He is also suffering, I am also suffering. A lot of people ask this question. Prabhuji, why is it happening to you? Hare, why is it happening to him? He is such a nice devotee. What kind of God is he? If he is not taking care of his own devotees. Bolo, bolo. Socho.
Examination, test how much he's sincere.
Yes, very good answer. So God is trying to test how much he has understood so far. Yes, yes. And
devotees are also burning the karma which they have carried. So they have to burn the devotee. But Krishna's
if you are a devotee, yes, you have to burn your karma. Doesn't stop you. Doesn't stop you. Just because I'm chanting doesn't mean that all the nonsense I did in the past is gone. No, I'll tell you what. So Acharyas have given very good understanding of why devotees go through bad times. Number one, you think that devotee is going through a bad time. Actually, he's not going through any bad time. For us, Arey, uska ghar barbaad ho gaya, you know, he lost his land. But devotee is not thinking like that. You are thinking that he is suffering, but he is not suffering. Devotees don't suffer. I'm talking about advanced devotees. For them, externally, things are gone. They're very attached to Krishna. They know it's all these things are temporary. Body itself is temporary, everything is temporary. So we might be thinking, Hare is suffering. He is not suffering. He is actually relieved. Ek baar janjat gaya. Like that, devotees. Another thing is that, what did you say? Answer? God is testing them to see how much progress they have made. According to the textbook you will read, you will get test according to the textbook. Simple. If you go to first grade, you get first grade test. Go to second grade, you get second grade test. If a devotee goes to 10th grade, you get 10th grade test. Right? Externally, he's being tested so badly. No, he's being tested according to what is ready to be tested with. Right? A devotee is getting knowledge of God. He also understands the material world. So Krishna will make sure that he is properly understood. How will he make sure? By testing. He is only a test between a master and a student. You understanding? Devotee is not agitated by that. Yeah, he knows. Another thing that one great Acharya explained is that whatever karma is there of a devotee, as soon as he starts chanting Hare Krishna, starts attending satsang, starts becoming interested in spiritual life, Krishna takes all his karma and keeps in his pocket. He doesn't burn it, he just keeps it in his pocket. And he says, okay, now start your devotional life. The devotee is like relieved. Actually, he's relieved. For a devotee, there is no karma, by the way. For something like, you get initiated by a guru, by Prabhupada or his disciple. All the initiation ceremony means all your karma is taken by the guru. All, not which life karma. Unlimited lives that you are living. All that karma is taken by a guru and kept it there. Krishna keeps all that karma in his pocket. Then he watches, okay, is he going to practice spiritual life properly? Then he sees, okay, this devotee earlier used to come all the Sundays, now he's not coming one Sunday. Then what will you do? Chota 1 gram karma will leave. Krishna will use our karma, our own karma, to keep us fixed in devotional life. So jhatke, sometimes the jhatkes are needed. Otherwise, become too complacent, na? Chalta hai. What is the big deal? Chalta nahi, abhi dodega. Now Krishna will do whatever is needed to make you run in devotional life. I have seen that personally in many devotees' lives. Once you surrender to Krishna, he is in control of you. Then he will take care of you according to what you need, not what you want. God gives you what you need. Right? Understanding that? Not what you want. So devotees also undergo all that, which is what I have written here. We can go forward. Okay. Now coming to destiny, free will, and karma, which is what? What is destiny, by the way? What is destiny, Prabhuji, Matajis? Something that is already planned for you. Something already planned for you. Something like that. Isn't it? We make our destiny with our own karma. Do you know that? Yeah? With our own karma, we can make our destiny. Whatever nonsense I did, that creates my next life. Or even in this life, the next part of my life. That creates your destiny. Huh? Destiny is like boarding a flight. Boarding a flight. See, you wanted to board a flight from here to Delhi. You got into that flight. Where will you go? Delhi. Simple. You can't change it. Destiny will make sure that you'll go to that point. It will happen because you already boarded the flight. You got the body. Means destiny is already kicked off. You are going to get your destiny now. But what you do in that flight is not dependent on the destiny. In that flight, if I sit down and chant Hare Krishna, in that flight I sit down and learn Vedic scriptures. In that flight I make a change in my life. Then you land there. But after landing, what you're supposed to do, you'll not do that. You will take a flight back. Or you can do anything different. You understand? Yes, Rohit. Yes. Yes. Yes, you can also do that. You can also do that. That is the beauty of bhakti. What bhakti does, you are basically handing over. Or he can wipe out. Completely, he can remove it. Krishna, yes, not only existing, even past. Your entire mountain of karma. Repeat this verse after me. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshashyami masucha. Krishna is telling, Bhagavad Gita 18 chapter, 66 shloka. 66, yeah. 65 or 60, I'm sorry. He is telling very clearly that if you surrender to me alone, Sarva Dharman Paritya, keep aside all the dharmas, surrender to me. I am going to relieve you of all the accumulated papa. There will not be anything left. Anything left. We completely remove it. But we have to surrender. And surrender is not a small word. It's a very big word. For a person who is complicated, surrender is very difficult. For a person who is simple, surrender is very simple. Right? So, what we do with our destiny, we create our own destiny. And let's go a little forward. I'm going to ask you a question. Destiny does not remove the responsibility for actions. No, just because it's destined like that doesn't mean that whatever I'm doing, I'm not responsible for that. How is it like that? Are Prabhuji, it's already destined. I'm going to do these things to go to that destiny. Then whatever task I'm going to do, why should it give karma to me? Are you understanding? Now here is a contradiction. Destiny means it is anyway going to happen. For example, you are going to get divorced in your first marriage. That is destiny. Right? Why you are going to get divorced? Because you are abusing your wife. Your wife will go one day, she'll say, thank you very much, she'll go. Right? Now you can't go and tell, I will not get karma of abusing my wife because it's already destined that I should get divorced. Then what is the meaning of destiny? Huh? What do you mean? Are you understanding? Yeah. What happened? No. Oh, wait. I can do that. Fix it. Yes. Thank you. Did you understand the question or no? It's a very important principle. Huh? If you already have a destiny and you are going to go through the destiny, every act that you do, why should it produce karma? It is already destined, right? Samjha? Okay. Then what is destiny? If you are anyway going to see, if I abuse my wife, it will give me bad karma. And eventually I'll get divorced. And that is anyway written in my destiny. So how come abusing my wife is a bad karma? So that is what had to lead to divorce. Sanjana? Did you get the question, everybody? No, tell me, help me here. I'll reject religion because there is no logic between destiny and all this. सोचो सोचो तो बुक भी लग रहा है होने वाला है सेशन कुछ स्पीकिंग you can minimize the impact. Huh? Minimizing the pain. Yeah, you're very close to the answer. Yeah. Anybody else? So Mataji was speaking. No? Anybody? You all got the question, right? What is destiny and what is karma? Both are contradicting. We all have, do we all have a destiny? Raise your hand. You all have a destiny? सभी का है ना प्लान बना है यहाँ पे पक्का बना है. Then what is karma then? Everything happen. Let everything happen is as per destiny only. I'll tell you the question. Huh? Can you be a little louder for him? You think that he didn't have any pain. We discussed about death. That session didn't come. But we think that person who died in the night is dying peacefully. Death is equally painful for everybody. Whether died in the morning or in the night. No, but what does it got through the question that I asked? I'm asking a question that destiny is there. Karma is also there. If I have a destiny, there is no meaning to karma. Prabhuji. Please, discussion. Huh?
It's like the most you are trying to reduce the impact what you are going to face.
Yes. You have something called free will. You have everybody else has got something called free will. Free will means a choice you can change. You can change your choice anytime. Right? Because you have free will, you have karma. Animals don't have free will. That is the reason they don't have karma. Animals only eat, sleep, defend and mate. That's all. But you can do a lot of other things. You have free will. That is the reason you have karma. Yeah. So you can change. And by the way, now this is something that none of the astrologers tell you. Unless you read Vedas. Your destiny is not a fixed point. Your destiny is not a fixed point. Destiny keeps changing. So don't think I've shown my chart, I'm done. No. Your charts can change based on your actions. So how is destiny fixed in first place? How is destiny fixed in first place? I'll tell you. Based on our tendencies. Repeat that word, tendencies. Tendencies is everything. How Krishna decides our destiny based on our tendencies. For example, this is a sweet dabba. Dabba is nice, inside there is sweet. My wife knows my future. What is that? This fellow will come from the office, he'll keep the laptop in that room, he'll come here, open the dabba. Because he likes sweets. Is this like predicting future? Yes. This is predicting future only. Can you all predict each other's future? Kya karne wala next? You know, somebody with him. Okay, this Prabhuji is going to have Prashadam at 11:30, 12 o'clock. Sunday afternoon sleep.
So it's like based on past karma, the destiny will be decided.
No. Your tendencies. Your tendency that you are going to do this. And how are your tendencies decided? Based on your past habits. You've done so much in the past like this that it's predictable that you'll do it in the future also. Right? If you change your tendencies, your karma will change, your destiny will change. Simple. Are you all following? Very important thing. A lot of people don't discuss this actually. You have to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, then you'll get an understanding of this. And Acharya made you understand. Your life is in your hands, Prabhuji and Mataji. At all times. Don't think, अरे उसका तो नसीब ही खराब है. नहीं है, उसका नसीब खराब था. His destiny was bad, but you can change your destiny. You can change your destiny. With your current actions, you can change your destiny. And you're responsible for all your acts. Whatever is the destiny. And your tendencies decide your future. For example, how many lifetimes will I take to go to Krishna? Let us take this as an example. You take that yourself, right? How many lifetimes will I take to go to Krishna? I'm thinking, this lifetime is mushkil hai. I'm very attached to jalebi. Like gulab jamun, I'm very attached. My tongue, I'm not in my control. Next lifetime, I'm still attached to women. Next lifetime, I'm still attached to, okay, I think 50 lifetimes, I'll come out of some attachments. Then 60, I'm just speculating. Huh? So I calculate all this. Okay, and Krishna thinks, depending on my tendencies right now, Krishna might tell, okay, this fellow will take 22 million lives to come to me. 22 million lives. So Krishna already knows that I'll come in 22 million lives. And Krishna also knows the 22 million births I'm going to take already. He already knows. That is the beauty of Krishna. Krishna knows everything. He knows current birth, future births also. Can I go quicker to Krishna? But Krishna already told 22 million lives. Can I surprise God? Now here is the question. Can I surprise God? If God is surprised, then he's not God. Can I surprise God? Yes, I can. That is the beauty, because we are all part of God. Aum bija pradapitaha. He has given the same qualities that he has in us. We have changed our qualities because of our association with wrong things. I can surprise God. I can surprise God by becoming a better person sooner than what he thinks I'll become. I can surprise. I can go back to God in this life itself. Forget about 22 million lives. How will I do that? By becoming his devotee and completely depending on him. Saying, Krishna, please show some mercy and take me out of here. Mercy is stronger than destiny. Tell me, Pune to Bombay, how long is the distance? 170 kilometers. Yeah. If you go in a Mercedes-Benz car, how long will it take? 2.5 hours. If you go in Maruti 800 car, how long will it take? 3.5 hours, maybe. If you go on a Luna, how long will it take? Huh? चले जाओगे मेरे को तो एक दिन लगेगा चल मेरी लूना है कि नहीं right? Now what if I tell that Luna is faster than Mercedes-Benz and Maruti 800 car? Luna will go first. How is that possible? Simple. Helicopter will come and take the Luna. Helicopter will come, Luna wale ko utaya, सीधा क्या? Helicopter will go in 5 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes, Pune to Bombay. That's it. Isn't it? Helicopter is God's mercy. Understand that? Understood? What is God's mercy? God's blessing means helicopter. 1 second. Main gate security. Course correction. 1. Yeah. So, you understood, right? What is destiny? Destiny of the Luna fellow was 1 day. Destiny of the Mercedes-Benz fellow was 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Destiny of Maruti 800 was 3.5, 4 hours, whatever. But as soon as the helicopter came, if the helicopter comes, even a Luna fellow can go in half an hour or 15 minutes. Right? So destiny can change based on our actions. And what is our future? What is our destiny? Nothing but our tendencies. Our future can be predicted by anybody. Some fellow is every time you see him smoking in the balcony. What is destiny? Can you predict? You don't need astrological knowledge to predict his destiny. Huh? He'll get cancer in just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Somebody might get in 10 years, somebody get in 50 years. But pakka, if he continues like that, he'll get cancer. Isn't it? If we are having a certain tendency, that is the tendency that goes into our astrological charts. That is a tendency that is shown in these lines, right? Wherever you are seeing these lines, and that is a tendency that determines your future. But can that be changed? Yes. So free will and karma and destiny, can it work together? It can work together. Destiny is still there. Karma is still there. Free will is still there. समझ रहे? This is my karma. Main gate security. Yeah. Any questions here on this? Did you all understand? That's very important. हाँ? क्यों हो रहा है? क्या हो रहा है आपके साथ? और क्या हो सकता है? What is there in your future? Is your life in your hands? Yes, it is. It is still in your hands. Don't worry. It is still in your hands. And if you give it in the hands of God, then it is perfect. He'll take care. When Abhimanyu was killed, no, I'll tell you the example. When Abhimanyu was killed, brutally was killed, not ordinarily. Abhimanyu was actually happened on the 13th day, I think, of the war, and that is what changed the course of the war, Mahabharata. Arjun got so wild. Immediately told, I am going to make sure that whoever is responsible for my son's death, he will not see sunset tomorrow. And if he sees sunset tomorrow, I am going to enter fire. You all know the story, right? Now, Arjuna told that. After that, what did he do? He went to his shiva and he slept. There was one person who was not sleeping the whole night. Who was that? Krishna. Pagal. How this fellow is going to kill Jayadratha tomorrow? This is a problem with this Pandava, Kshatriyas. They immediately, this all is not shown in B.R. Chopra, I think. Right? Little bit maybe. So then he called Satyaki. Krishna called Satyaki from Dwaraka. Says, you come tomorrow, if this fellow enters fire, immediately you finish the entire war. Satyaki says, okay, sir, tomorrow I will take care of everything. Because I don't want Pandavas to lose. Because one of the promises I gave is even if one Pandava dies, they win the war. Before he dies, finish the entire war. We'll finish it off. Tomorrow I'll release my Sudarshan also. But this fool, Arjuna, I don't know what he thinks of himself. Just like that, he made a promise. He's thinking whole night, Krishna, what? We can also give attention to Krishna, by the way. Suddenly you decide, today I'll finish Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, he was not supposed to. Anyway, the point is, Krishna was not sleeping the whole night. And then Krishna decided, Krishna has his plan. Okay, tomorrow I know what will happen. Let me take care of it. Then what did Arjuna do? We have a great lesson to learn from Arjuna. Arjuna fought the best war of his life on that day. Arjuna did not tell Krishna will take care, Bhagwan will take care. No. Arjuna fought the best war of his life. And meaning best meaning, he worked very hard. How? Krishna is in front of him, but still he tried to defeat, Dushasan, then Drona, then Karna. Impossible. Arjuna can never defeat Drona. Arjuna can never defeat Karna. Of course, Karna he can defeat. But in that situation, and what were they doing? Jayadratha was behind everybody, and Duryodhana made a plan that, every time one gets defeated, go take rest and come back again. So he defeated Drona, he went to Karna, he went to Dushasan, he went to Ashwatthama, and again, who came in the front? Drona. I defeated, again he came back, again it came. So it was just going on, cycle was going on. And what is Krishna doing? He's smiling. Kar beta kar. Tune bola na marega mar. He's going on fighting. He's become mad. He's sweating and he's looking at the sun. He's looking at their necks, he's looking at the sun. When will the sunset? When will the sunset? Full tension, right? And then Krishna is like, okay, now I'll give little more tension to him. What he did? Just half an hour before the war got over, I mean the sunset, Krishna said, not exactly half an hour, but some time, some very little time before, Krishna stopped the Rath. Arjuna said, hey, let's go. What do you mean? Horses need rest. Huh? Krishna, horses, what are you speaking, Krishna? Sunset is not. That is your problem. You told sunset. What? Horses, they have done their duty already. You have made them run like anything. Whole day they were running. I can't give more, problem to horses. Arjuna, Krishna, Arjuna, Krishna, don't do this thing. No, get down. I have to take the rest. So Krishna was properly giving them grass, giving some water. Arjuna is like, Prabhuji, mera deadline. This is called test by Krishna. Krishna tests his devotees also. Like, nice, yeah, take it. Then Arjuna is like, okay, Krishna, tell me when. So what is it? Tell me when. Then he made them okay. Horses are ready now. Now let's go. Krishna, let's go. And Krishna is seeing all this, but he's enjoying. What is Krishna enjoying? He likes the spirit. He likes the spirit of Arjuna. That Arjuna is not, behaving in an irresponsible way. Arjuna is still doing his battle. Arjuna is doing his duty. He is fighting. He's fighting on the battlefield. He's not just letting things go. Then, finally, when Krishna knows that Arjuna can't do this. And what did he do? We all know what he did. He just brought the cloud in front of the sun. Yes. Vivaswan is his chela. Vivaswan is Krishna's, person. He says, shut off, he'll shut off also. Right? So it told like this. Cloud came. Immediately Jayadratha came. Hey! He started dancing. Right? Immediately Arjuna was looking at Jayadratha, like, I'm done. But one other beauty, Arjuna was not complaining to Krishna, why you did this to me. Because Arjuna knows whatever Krishna does is for my good. Rakra Krishna mare koi, mare Krishna. We should remember this always. Whatever we go through in our life, we should not complain to God, why is it happening to me? God is planning everything for us. Can you all tell me what is the darkest moment in the night? What time it is the most darkest? Huh? Before sunrise. A lot of people say, oh, I think 2 o'clock, no? I think 3 o'clock, no? I think 4 o'clock, no? No. 1 fraction of second before the sun rises is the darkest moment of life. How many agree with this? So dark, so pitch dark. And then the first ray comes out. Right? So when you're going through darkest moment in your life, just remember that Krishna's mercy is just 1 fraction of second away. Just hold on. Just hold on. Like Mata is saying, commit suicide. No, commit suicide. Just hold on. He'll take care of everything. He'll take care of everything. Everything will become auspicious, provided you have Krishna in your life. Otherwise, there is nothing auspicious. So, Arjuna fought till the 9th minute. Then it became dark. He said, okay, no problem. Krishna, you want me to leave the body? I'll leave. And no complaints. By the way, no complaints. And Krishna immediately told Arjuna, shoot that fellow. Then Arjuna looked at Krishna and said, it's dark. Krishna said, now you see it's not dark. Cloud went away. And Jayadratha was right in front of him. Right in front of him. And Arjuna doesn't miss a target when it's in front of him. Right? Forget about hitting a target which is not in front of him. Arjuna removed an arrow and Krishna told, shoot this arrow in such a way that his head falls in the arms of his father. Because his father did a tapasya and took a boon that anybody who is responsible for my son's head to fall on the ground, his head will blow into pieces. Right? Now, actually, the day Arjuna told that I'm going to kill Jayadratha the next day, already party started in Duryodhana camp. Shakuni came and told, "Arey beta, tera to ho gaya." Finish. Because if he kills, he'll die. He doesn't kill, he'll die. If he kills Jayadratha, he'll die because his father has that boon. And if he doesn't kill, he'll anyway enter fire. So, abhi to celebration hai. Chalo, Hari bol. Not Hari bol, but whatever bol. Duryodhana bol. Right? So Krishna told, shoot the arrow in such a way that it goes. So he told the arrow name also. Scriptures explain, he told exact weapon he has to use. So the weapon you can direct, that you can tell. It will take to the particular destination without any location of Google. It took it directly in his Godme gira uska sar. And as soon as he saw, he immediately got scared and the head fell on the ground. His head busted to pieces. That is Krishna. So Krishna se panga nahi lene ka. Nobody can fiddle with Krishna. Shakuni knew the day Duryodhana negotiated Narayani Sena and came. Shakuni immediately he did like this. You idiot! You had a chance of taking Krishna. You should have taken Krishna. Because until Krishna is there on the battlefield, there is no question of winning. That son of Devaki is very cunning fellow. He can do anything. He can do anything. Shakuni knew that. And Shakuni also knew that Kauravas are going to lose, by the way. Shakuni also knew. He did all that with a vengeance on Bhishma. He wanted to make sure that Bhishma suffers. Because he made my father suffer. He made my father give his beautiful daughter with beautiful eyes to a blind fellow. So I'll make the entire kingdom go down. It was all a game of vengeance. He knew that. Shakuni was very Krishna conscious. He knew Krishna is going to make them win. Right? Yeah.
When Krishna manufactured darkness like for temporarily and Jagat became all excited and came in front, was that because of Jagat's free will or it was also Krishna's Leela that he will, like his mind will go in such a way that okay, now it's darkness and I am saved. So that part I am not.
He's waiting for that. Jayadratha is waiting for sunset.
Okay.
Arjuna is waiting for sun, not the sunset. He's waiting, sun should not set. So as soon as the sun set, he felt it sunset, it's time to celebrate.
Because of his free will.
Free will, yeah. Free will completely. We wanted to celebrate immediately.
And had he not been executed that free will, then maybe this Leela would not.
Even if it would not have come in the front, Arjuna would have killed him. Arjuna has so many arrows with him that can kill him even behind. Right? Provided nobody is obstructing him. During the day, everybody was obstructing him. He was not able to shoot an arrow toward Jayadratha only. But now that everybody has stopped, he can shoot. He can shoot. He has Divyastras also for that matter. Yeah. So, we'll conclude this. There are 3 ways of understanding destiny and how we should apply in our life. Take this example, please. There is something called, please repeat after me, Karmavad, Daivavad, and Daivavad. So what is Daivavad 2 times? Daivavad with incorrect understanding, Daivavad with correct understanding. So they actually only 2, Karmavad and Daivavad. What is the meaning of Karmavad? I am in control of everything. Everything works based on my actions alone. Just do it, Nike. Right? That is what people think. I am in control of everything. Right? People following such philosophy in life look very confident and energetic. Just when something goes against their plan, they go into depression. Have you seen people? Very, very task-oriented people, very energetic people in offices. The moment project goes upside down, khatam. They'll either resign and go, or they don't know what to do in life. They'll become totally going to depression. Because they think they can do everything. Our Vedas don't teach they can do everything. Our ancestors always told, beta, do your work, but also pray God. Right? Also pray God. Don't think that you are the doer of everything. We discussed about that in the past, in the sessions. Just because you're working hard doesn't mean that you'll become rich. Will you become rich just because you're working hard? No, there is something beyond you working hard that is making you rich, your destiny. Your whatever you're given for. Daivavad. Everything is done by God only. I don't need to do anything. I will wait for God to do. This is Daivavad, but is incorrect understanding. Who was the proponent of this? Dhritarashtra. This is called Dhritarashtra tendency. He had to make the right decisions for his family, but he did not. He simply blamed it on destiny and doer for everything. See, Vedavyas went to Dhritarashtra. Vidura went to Dhritarashtra. Akrura went to Dhritarashtra. Uddhava went to Dhritarashtra. Krishna also went to Dhritarashtra and told Dhritarashtra, you are going to ruin your family. Vedavyas told, you already ruined. I can see your future. You can still change. Your destiny is all your 100 sons will die. It's already there in your destiny. Why don't you take action that you can come out of the destiny? Right? But what was Dhritarashtra's answer for everything? Hone ko kaun tal sakta hai? What is going to happen? Who is going to stop? Whatever God decides, it will happen. Are, I am God standing in front of you, Krishna. I am telling you, don't do this. No. Whatever will happen. Because he was too greedy. Too greedy. He wants it to happen. He wants his sons to win against all the odds. He wants. Kauravas have to win. Because his desire to be the king, the emperor, has to be fulfilled. Dhritarashtra was not the emperor. Dhritarashtra ka pattabhishek nahi hua kabhi. He was handed over the kingdom to take care of it until the next king comes. See, when a king is made, given the throne, वो पूरा पट्टाभिषेकम होता है. Rama पट्टाभिषेकम ऐसे वो पूरा बिठा के all Brahmins come, they do chant mantras and he is given the throne. All that happened. That all did not happen with Dhritarashtra. He was sitting in his room and he got the news that Pandu is no more, so take care of kingdom now. That's all it was. He was never the king, but he always wanted to be the king. But he felt that this is how he was going to become. He wanted his son. He was even ready to sacrifice his children to get that, upadhi of being the king. That greedy he was. So he falls in this category. Everything is done by God only. I don't need to do anything. That's also foolishness. Some people, they say, Anta Bhavantura Jusputarandi. I'll give nice work to Krishna. Are we here to do work for Krishna or give work to Krishna? Devotees work for Krishna. Non-devotees give work to Krishna. Right? Exams are coming. You should read or Krishna should read? Appraisal is coming. You should work or Krishna should work? You should work. You should work. But there are some fools, some sentimentalists. They speak like that. And you do something. Like that they do. That is foolishness. What is the right Daivavad? I will do my part as per the instructions of God, and rest God will determine. I will do my duty. This is called spiritual consciousness. I am practicing spiritual life. Does it mean I should not work for my family? Of course, Krishna will take care of everything. Of course, he will take care of everything. But I also should go to my duty. I should swipe my punch card. I should have my time sheet. I should get my salary. Everything he is only giving, but I should do my part. Simple. Spirituality doesn't mean that you leave your family and go to Himalayas. That's a very wrong understanding of spiritual life. No. Spirituality means you stay here, serve, take care of your family, take care of your duties, and also keep Krishna in your consciousness. That is spirituality. Arjuna did the war after hearing Bhagavad Gita. He did not become a saint. Right? Remember that. So best example of this is who? A farmer. A farmer depends on the weather and also his effort. Farmer, what does he do? When the season starts, he'll plow his land, he'll put the seed, and he'll wait for the rain. Rain will come. If rain doesn't come, all the seeds are wasted. Last 2 years, rain did not come. Will the farmer not put the seeds this time? He'll still put the seeds. And he'll say, okay, let the destiny decide. Let God decide. That is why farmers, by naturally, they are in Sattva-guna. They are naturally devotees of God. Their dependence on God is very high. What is the problem with all of us living in modern societies? Our dependence on God is zero. Current will go, current will come. Light will go, water will come. Where is dependence on God? And this stupid instrument that you have in your hands makes you feel that you are God. I can do everything with this instrument. No dependence on God. You understanding? Right Daivavad means I will do my duty. I will do my duty. And I am responsible, Krishna. By the way, you're not responsible for my actions. I am responsible. But please, Krishna, help me. Please, Krishna, help me. Right? You can ask help from God. Don't behave that you don't want help from God. That is called pride. That is Duryodhana tendency. Hiranyakashipu tendency. That I don't want God. I'll take care of that. Is the first thing. Karmavad. I don't need God in my life. My life, mera control. You understanding? Absolutely wrong understanding. Yeah. So God helps the one who helps himself. Yes. Yeah. So we already, okay. Yeah. Yes, brother. What is the time? Sorry. Just time check, brother. 11. We'll finish in 5 minutes. Yeah. Yes, brother.
When didn't go after girls or other warriors who actually killed his son. But when she was actually trying to get good from help from why do we find him as the most guilty person?
Yeah. So the thing what Jayadra did is he did not allow help to go to Abhimanyu. That is even brutal thing. See, in a war, they can kill each other. There's nothing wrong in that. And many people killing one person has happened in the past. It's one of the violations of war's rule. But it is still war. Everything is fair in love and war. They say that. War mein ho sakta hai. Lekin what Jayadra did is he made sure that no help goes to him and he was actually responsible for his death. Because if he would have allowed help to go to him in the form of Bhima, Yudhishthira, Nakula, Sahadeva, and so many other warriors, they would have gone and saved her, or they would have at least delayed it. But he made sure that no help goes. And how did he execute it? By executing a boon that he got from Lord Shiva. When he did tapasya for Lord Shiva, Jayadratha, why? Because Pandavas insulted him in the forest when he went after Draupadi. So he was badly insulted. So he did tapasya. And Lord Shiva came and told, I want to win over all the Pandavas. Give me that boon. I want to smash them. Lord Shiva told, I can give any other Pandava except Arjuna. Because Arjuna is with Narayan. Anybody with Narayan, I can't do anything. All other Pandavas you can win, but for only one day. Only for one. He executed that boon that day. He wantedly killed Abhimanyu. Of course, all the other warriors paid the price for it after that. After that, everybody. Karna was beheaded without weapons in his hand. Because he killed his son without weapons in his hand. Isn't it? Every single warrior was brought down after Abhimanyu's death in an illegal way, you can say. Again, as the rules of the war. Because they broke the rules of the war. And Krishna is not like, he will spare if somebody breaks the rules. He can break even bigger rules. Krishna is the greatest cheater among cheaters. Also. Right? He can mess with anybody like that. So he did do that. They all were responsible. Everybody paid the price. Everybody. But Jayadratha was, when Arjuna came back and asked his brothers, why you could not go and save him? He knew how to enter the Chakravyuh. He didn't know how to come out. Don't you know? Don't you know to go? And then Bhima told that Arjuna, he executed that boon. Who executed the boon? He said, Jayadratha executed the boon. We all, even if we are capable of going inside, we could not that day. Because then he understood, Jayadratha is the person responsible for my son. Like that. Did I answer you? So can I know my destiny? Do you all know your destiny? Do you all know your destiny? Yes or no? No. Right now you don't know. But can you know your destiny? Look at your tendencies, you will know your destiny. If your tendencies are, I don't want bhakti, I don't want Krishna, what is your destiny? You will again take birth. Simple. You will again take birth. There is no big discussion on this. You will die and you will take birth again. Yeah, our tendencies determine. Astrology can say, I already discussed this. Can destiny change? Yes, with our free will, we can change destiny. If God knows everything, where is the question of free will? He knows, but he can also surprise God. We discussed about it. I'm actually going fast because we already discussed all this. If everything is based on karma and destiny, then what is the role of God? Mercy. Right? Luna can go faster than Mercedes-Benz if he wants. Right? So understanding of destiny and free will. If God already knows when I will be back to him, then what is karma or destiny? God knows, but you can surprise God. You can change the plan. Right? That's what I wrote here. You can read them in the recording. The day we pray, do what it takes to take me to the eternal home, Goloka, Lord Krishna will act. You should not go and tell Krishna, do this for me. Krishna, do anything it takes to take me back. And then you should not complain. Whatever he does. I mean, Are you ready for it? How many are ready to go in front of Krishna and tell, Krishna, do anything you want to do, I am ready. Are we ready? Huh? If you are ready, this is what Krishna is telling. What is destiny of a devotee? Huh? Take it in the right spirit. What is he saying here? Please hear attentively. In 10th canto, 80th chapter, 8th shloka, Krishna is telling, I especially favor someone, meaning a devotee, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. All property is gone. Then relatives, then friends. All relatives will go, all friends will go. For such a poverty-stricken man will abandon him. In this way, he suffers distress one after the other. Are you ready for it? All your properties will go, your job will go, your wife will go, your husband will go, your children will go, your relatives will go, your friends will go, and you are suffering one after the other problems. Then what does he say? Next shloka. When he becomes frustrated in his attempts to make money and instead befriends my devotees, I bestow my special mercy on him. He is so frustrated, he is not able to make money anywhere. Then he finally comes to satsang. He becomes friends of his devotees, Krishna's devotees. Tell me what to do. Then he says, a person who has thus become sober fully realizes the absolute as the highest truth, the most subtle and the perfect manifestation of spirit, the transcendent existence without end. In this way, realizing that the supreme truth is the foundation of his own existence, he is freed from the cycle of material life. Are we ready for this? Annamaya was ready for this. Ramadas was ready for this. Meera was ready for this.
I think the story of Vemana is same like this.
Vemana was ready for this. Right? Great devotees were ready for this. What is that? All you have to do, even now it can start. All you have to do is go in front of Krishna. If you can dare to. I'm still scared not to. But go there and stand and tell, Krishna, my life is yours. Take me back. Whatever you do, I'm ready for it now. I'll not complain. No complaints. After that, your diagnostic center report will tell. After that, your boss phone call will tell. After that, your neighbor will tell. Everything will tell. But are you ready for it? I'm not telling suffering has to come. I'm not telling suffering has to come. Maybe there is no suffering. Maybe Krishna will not give anything. Or maybe he'll give everything. But he'll take you back. And why he will give suffering? Because he has to change your tendencies. No? Before going to Goloka, your tendencies have to change. You can't go with the same mentality. Huh? You can't go with the same lusty heart, anger, attitude, pride in your heart. You can't go to Goloka like that. You can't go to spiritual. You will go and create problem there. He will remove all that. And to remove that, he will put you through all kinds of tests. And he will also give you association. But he'll take you back. You understand? Now you know what it means to be a devotee? To let go everything. When Yudhishthira had to face the test after coming back from Agyatwas, he can go and ask for his kingdom. Instead, what did he do? He told Krishna, Krishna, you go and decide. Can we do that? Yudhishthira did that. That is why Yudhishthira is great, Dharmaraj. He told Krishna, Krishna, you go negotiate. He didn't tell, go get me the kingdom. He said, Krishna, you go decide whatever you decide, I am going to agree. Is it not? Is that not what he told? And Krishna was like, no, you should go and ask Yudhishthira, it's your kingdom. Yudhishthira said, Krishna, whatever you give is, will take. I don't want to go in front of Shakuni again. He'll play some game. He already played so many games. I don't want to go there. You go. So he went. So Arjun went. Sorry, yes. Krishna went. And Krishna went and negotiated. He told Dhritarashtra, he gave one full 12 sessions SSR class he gave. Don't do this, Pagal, don't do this, your sons will die. No, my son, I'm not going to stop him. You go and talk to Duryodhana. Then Krishna told, what are you saying? Duryodhana is your son. You can tell as a father. No, let my son decide. Arey, your son is a fool. How will he decide? No, let my son decide. So basically he diverted, saying that I'll not take responsibility. But he had to take responsibility because he was the king. He went and told Duryodhan, Duryodhan, don't do the war. Don't get into the situation. I'm telling you. Now also I'm telling you. Just give back their kingdom. They're only asking for their share. They're asking for Indraprastha, not Hastinapur. Give them back their share. And I'm assuring you, Duryodhan, that whatever wrongs you did, whatever pratigya they did, to kill you, to kill Karna, to kill this, all the pratigya they did, I'll go and tell them they'll take it back. They'll not kill you. I'm giving you this much assurance. All the history is wiped off. All the insults are gone. Draupadi's insult also, I'll go and talk to Draupadi. I'm assuring you that let's finish this story. Duryodhan said no. No. I'm not going to agree. Then Krishna told one more step ahead. Just see how considerate is God. Huh? Just see. He went and told that 5 villages. 5 villages we give. Ho jayega. 5 villages means what? Uppalaguda, Narsingi, Nanakramguda, Gaulidoddi, and one more. Khajaguda. That's all he asked. Can you imagine? Pandavas who could rule the entire planet Earth. He asked for these 5 villages. Can you give? Anybody here? You give it, na? What did Duryodhan tell? I will not give you land which comes under the needle of a pin. He said, I'll not give that much land out. Then Krishna told, okay, you know what? They are Kshatriyas. Pandavas are Kshatriyas. They can't live like Brahmanas. They can't go in the mountains and do tapasya. They're Kshatriyas. They have a tendency. They have to rule. Something they have to rule. You can't say that they can't rule anything. So he said, okay, war is inevitable. Then Duryodhan, he told Krishna, Krishna, okay, I will do the war. I am a king. Look at Duryodhana's audacity. He said, I am a king. You are a beggar. You have come here to beg. And those 5 Pandavas are beggars. They have sent one more beggar to beg here. I am a king. I don't have time for beggars, he told. I don't have time for beggars. I will give time only on 3 conditions. I will do war also on 3 conditions. Krishna is thinking, bol beta bol. Kya condition is that? He told, if the war doesn't get over in 18 days, I am the winner by default. Because they don't want to give time to beggars. And Krishna is thinking, so तेरे को 18 दिन में मारना है. Thank you. Well, next year. See, out of ego, we do exactly things opposite for our goodness. Though we think it's for a good only. Right? So what is Duryodhana thinking? 18 din mein I want to wipe out all this nonsense. What is Krishna thinking? You have determined your death day also. 18th day he died. 18th day of the war, Duryodhana died. Then Krishna said, okay, ho gaya condition. No. 2 more conditions. 2 more conditions. What is the 2 more condition? Then Duryodhana told, even if 1 Pandava is killed, I'll win the war. Immediately Krishna said, Tadastu. No Pandava will be killed. No worries. Even if 1 Pandava is killed, even Nakul is killed, war is over. Even if Sahadev is killed, war is over. I am the winner. Krishna said, okay, Tadastu. You are indirectly telling I have to protect all the Pandavas. Okay, no problem. Abhi ho gaya? Tasalli? Should I go? No. 3rd condition is there. So, ye pagal ab kya bolega? Even if 1 Kaurava is alive, I am the winner. Even if 1 Kaurava is alive, I am the winner. Krishna told, Tadastu. Mar. Sabhi ko leke mar. Right? See. What did greed do to him? What did lust do to him? What did Ajnan do to him? That is what we are all doing, not learning Bhagavad Gita. We are thinking we are doing good to our life, but we are not doing good to our life. The way you learn this knowledge, you know what to live for, how to live for. Duryodhana didn't do that. He had Krishna right in front of him. So devotee doesn't lose anything, Provision Matajis. Krishna is only preparing him to go back to him. Right? Are we ready? We should become ready one day. So how does people think? Materialistic person, what does he think? Devotee, what does he think? When problems come, when something bad happens materially, when something good happens materially. Materialistic person is thinking, why me? Right? That's the first question that comes, right? Why me? मैंने क्या किया? मैं इतना अच्छा आदमी हूँ. Right? What does the devotee think? Or he'll further think, why now? Why this way? Why me? These are the complaints. Huh? When something good happens, do you tell Krishna, why me? Why did I get the promotion? Did you ask anybody asking? Why did I get the money? No. Right? They just take it 10% of the time. They'll say, okay, maybe there is a God. How does the spiritual, how does, devotee think? Is there in a shloka from Bhagavatam. I wish that all those calamities would again and again come to me. Kunti, this is Maharani Kunti's prayer, it is from Bhagavatam. When problems come in her life, what is she telling? Krishna, give me more problems. Give me more problems. Why is she telling more? Is she a psycho? No. She's saying, when problems come, I remember you. And I always want to remember you, Krishna. I don't want to forget you. So please keep giving me problems. When problems come, do we remember God or no? Kunti is telling, give me more problems. And when good things happen, what is she telling? She's telling that actually, when good things happen, we forget you. So don't give us a lot of good things. Just keep us in a little bit of pain only. Only a devotee can think like that. Only a devotee can. There are further more shlokas. We can go through these beautiful shlokas in 4th canto, 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, all these stories are there. Right? If we read Bhagavad, you'll understand what is life. Until then, we will not. So prayers of a devotee. Materialistic person, spiritual. Why me? Why not? Why not? Here is saying problems, I deserve it. Devotee says, I deserve it. Yes. Materialistic, give. God, give me dharma, artha, kama, everything. He says, give me moksha. I don't want anything else. God, please implement my plans. God, your plan is my plan. Devotee is telling. Exactly opposite. Goal of life is eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Goal of life is self-realization. No problem. Whatever happens, I'm getting a right understanding. Why are my children not intelligent? How can they survive without entering the rat race? My children to learn to lead simple living and high thinking. Devotee doesn't want high degrees. He just wants his children to be happy. Simple living. Right? Focus is on destiny. Lead a pious life. Goal is Krishna Prem. Right? I just want devotee. I want to become a devotee. That's all. Take shelter of a devata or fake avatar, sadhu. Just go to any Monday one, Tuesday one, Thursday one. Go and try to get so different devatas mercy. What does Krishna devotee do? I'll only go to a bona fide path. I don't want all these institutions which teach me meditation, which teach me jumping, all this nonsense I don't want. I want to become your devotee. I want to read scriptures. I'll go to a bona fide path. So your benefits is fear of God. Yeah, in interest of time, I'm just keeping the slide here. Fear of God will go if you learn karmic knowledge. Fear of God will go. Second, personal knowledge of karma can make sense out of everything. Can we make sense out of everything now? Little bit at least. Yeah. One starts depending on God and acts in God's shelter. He starts depending on God. Finally, all anarthas are in control when one understands law of karma. Meaning, I will think before I act. I will think before I act. Yeah, done. And I'll chant Krishna's names. There is a lot of explanation. Some of these are already covered. Like at least little advancement. I read the shloka. Neha Vikram Nashasya Pratyavana Vidyate. Swalpam apyasya dharma satrayate mahatobhav. Even little advancement you make in this path, it is of no loss. Right? You'll get more. And this is the greatest prayer that we should pray. Right? And end today's class. Please repeat after me. Tattenu kampam susamikshamano Punjana evatma kritam vipakam Ritvag vapubhir vidadam namaste Jive tayo mukti pade sadayabhat. This is the prayer of Lord Brahma. In 10th canto, 14th chapter of 8th shloka, it tells this beautiful prayer. And if you can live up to this prayer, I'll tell you the meaning of this. We will be happy in life. Right? What he says, Please repeat after me. My dear Lord,
My dear Lord,
one who earnestly waits
one who earnestly waits
for you to bestow
for you to bestow
your causeless mercy upon him,
your causeless mercy upon him,
all the while
all the while
patiently
patiently
suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds
suffering the reactions of the past misdeeds
and offering you respectable obeisances
and offering you respectful obeisances
with his heart,
with his heart,
words,
words,
and body,
and body,
is surely eligible for liberation,
for the
for it has become his rightful claim.
rightful thing.
Beautiful prayer. Lord Brahma is telling, whatever suffering will come, I will accept it as reaction of my own past deed, and I will wait for your mercy with folded hands, without any complaint. I'll just wait with folded hands throughout my life. Whatever happens, I'll wait for your mercy. Right? Such person will pakka go back home, back to Godhead. And for that matter, he's saying a rightful claim. Claim means you have a right. Even Krishna will not stop you. He'll say, come. Aja bahut ho gaya. Right? So this is beautiful prayer of our Sampradaya. Our Sampradaya in ISKCON is Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we are all part of Brahma Sampradaya. 4 Sampradayas: Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya. In Brahma, our greatest Acharya is telling this prayer, and we all have to learn out of it. Right? So thank you very much. The session was going to be a long one because karma is like that, topic is like that, our karmas are also like that. Right? So I'm sure there will be a lot of questions. Please go through these sessions again. That's my humble request. 8th and 9th session. Right? We discussed on length. Please go through them again. Please hear them again so you can assimilate a lot of knowledge that you've got. And most importantly, stay in satsang always. If you stay in satsang, you can implement this. If you don't stay in satsang, you can't implement this. We don't have individually the capacity to implement this kind of knowledge in our life. And calamities will come. Calamities will come. Every single person sitting here is going to go through some very, very tough times. Health per se, financial per se, whatever per se. In a matter of time, we will go through. But if you are in this satsang and you are continuously learning and chanting God's names, we will overcome them. Right? And no karma will touch us. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. So let us also take blessings of Lord Narsingadev, that he should save us just like he saved Prahlad. Because we're all little Prahlads here. And Hiranyakashipu is who? Our own mind. Right? Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Ragadayine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Nara Singhamadim Sharanam Prapadhe Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringa Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamala Varenaka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bhringa केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल भक्त विघ्ननाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्रील गुरुदेव की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. So Pradesh Mataji's next week we are having the 10th session, which is a pretty big session, and it's also Radhashtami. That is the day our Srimati Radharani has appeared, right? It's a very auspicious day, and we're also discussing about Krishna. So I'm sure Radharani will come and sit here, right, on that day. So we are doing this session in the Goshala. Is it okay? We all should go there? Yeah? Yeah. The only thing is that you have to start a little early. It takes exactly 35 minutes from here. If you drive in a decent way. If you drive a little fast, don't drive fast. But minimum, it will take 35, maximum 45 minutes. Maximum. So if you want to reach there by 7:30, you have to start by 6:45. Okay, so let's try to reach early so that we finish the first part of the session. Actually, it's going to be 2 sessions, 2 hours each. So 2 sessions, 2 hours one, we'll have breakfast, then we'll have 2 hours next, then we'll have lunch. I'm also getting lunch prashadam. So we'll have lunch prashadam and then we'll disperse, right? And we also can do Go Puja. If you all are interested, you can do Go Puja. You all can get Aarti plate from your house. You'll have Aarti plate in your house. Yeah, others go and buy one. Then get an Aarti plate. An Aarti plate, get some agarbatti, get a little deepam, right? Some kumkum, some flowers. You all can get your individually. We'll make all the cows stand, and you can feed them some bananas, some their favorite biryani, what they like to eat. That's filled with dana. We call it dana. We'll make it ready. You all can feed them, and you can have it. So during lunchtime, we'll do Go Puja also, and then we all will disperse. Is that okay? And we need some rights here. So my humble request is please give your count soon so that we will know who is going to take whom, right? So this time when you're giving your count, just mention how many spaces are available in your car. Okay, so that you all can pick up others also, right? And you can bring your friends, and children also have good amount of space to play there. There is a small playground also. It's safe, absolutely safe. They can go around. There is julas, a lot of julas under the tree. So they'll also have good time. Don't think they'll be bored or anything. And we always finish the 10th session, which is who is God. It's a very, very important session. A lot of scriptural reading will be there for a change. Till now, it was a lot of heavy duty philosophy. Huh? Thank you very much. So I'm very grateful to Mataji and few other Matajis and Prabhuji there who brought some nice fruits for all of you yesterday. So we offered it to Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh. So please honor Prashadam. Thank you very much. Just sing the Prashadam prayer last thing. Mahaprashade Govinde, Nama Brahmane Vaishnave, Swarpa Punya Vratan Rajan, Viswaso Nevajayate, Sharira Vidyajal, Jedendriya Trahikal, जीवे फेले विषय सागरे तारा मध्य जुव्याती लोगो माए सुदुर्मती ताके जेटा कटने संसारे कृष्ण बड़दाय माए कोरी बार जुवा जाए सौ प्रसाद न दिलो भाई श्रेयन अमृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेड़ा को चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई निताई गौरंग प्रसादम की हरि बोल. So all of you can get up, just remove the mats, just leave them in one room and sit in 3 rows so we can start serving you. Hare Krishna. Oh yeah. One second.